Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. This is going to be a group energy healing where I heal 136 people in 10 different countries. It's going to be awesome. The theme is like a dual theme of productivity, clearing procrastination, and good sleep. Better and better and better sleep. Thank you for my confirmations. I appreciate it. So let's get to what specifically we're going to do to help productivity and sleep today. Okay, so one thing, let me fix my camera. One thing I think that could be especially helpful is I'm going to call it clearing off your desk. And I don't exactly mean your physical work desk, although that could be related. I mean like your mental desk. And we're going to clear off two different ones. One for when you're awake and one for when you're asleep. Like for your spirit when you're on the astral. So a little part of you is on the astral all the time, but when much more of you is on the astral is when you're asleep. So we could call that your sleeping desk, your sleeping work desk. I don't know. And the other one is your waking desk. But I noticed, you know, that sense of like you don't really know where to start, or you feel like you're not making progress, or you don't really have a sense of like, you know, the big picture of what you need to get done. It's like everything's just sort of yucky in your brain. So I think this could be an amusing and interesting way to work that, and effective, of course, too. So clearing off your desk. So that's the first thing. So I'll just put the little heading for that should have been there already. To remind me later to make a little chapter title of that. And how we're going to do the clear off your desk, you know, the two different desks, the waking desk and the sleep desk, is easy, super easy. You know, it'll just be piles of energy blocks. And well, because you can imagine it and visualize it too, that's pretty interesting. And you can look at like who has dumped stuff on your desk. You know, because you might find that like half of it is somebody else's junk on your desk, which could explain part of why you can't think straight. So it's pretty interesting stuff. So anyway, so that's number one, and that's one of the things we'll do today. Possibly the most significant. We'll see. So then another thing we're going to do today relax your body, meaning relax your physical body. There's a way in which your body can be like on alert all the time, which really gets in the way of deep sleep and gets in the way of, you know, just being healthy and happy. Can compromise your immune system, stuff like that. So we want to see, you know, is your body on alert? You know, we can clear energy blocks, and it doesn't have to be, we don't have to know what chakra or what aura layer or what meridian or what acupuncture point the blocks are in. We'll just put the blocks out in front that are stressing out your body, keeping your body like in a state of alert. Or also, there's like two things with the whole relax your body. There's the state of alertness, which is continual and inappropriate. But then there's also like Locking, your body can kind of lock up. Your muscles can kind of lock up and be guarded. Like I don't anymore, but I used to have this thing with my neck where, like, if I was lying flat on a surface, like a perfectly flat surface, and I was trying to sit up, like without, using my arms to help me, like my neck, it would be really weird. Like felt like I couldn't lift my head up. And my chiropractor said that it's not that my neck muscles were weak. I mean, I'm sure they could be better, but he's like, your neck muscles are not so weak they can't lift up your head. It's that they're locked. Like it's like a stress trauma kind of guarding thing where your body will just go into like protector mode and just like lock up. And so certain muscles you're not actually able to use properly because they're locked, like a trauma thing. And so we're going to work on, helping those parts of your body to relax. And we'll definitely do that in a healthy and gentle way because we don't want, because if it got locked because of trauma, we don't want, all of a sudden you to have a big trauma festival now because your muscles are unlocked. But the thing is, like, I think to a large extent, your muscles they just stay locked. It's like a light switch, off and on. And so if you don't flick the light switch back so it's on, it just stays off, So like for me personally, I had cleared the trauma already years earlier that had made my neck lock. It's just you kind of got to reset the muscles, and be like, okay, let's do this. We can do it. Like just really like just remind your body, okay, this emergency has ended. we can work now. It's okay. So, but we'll do it gently because we don't want, sometimes you have trauma in your subconscious because you're not ready to deal with it yet, and so we don't want to rush you, if there's some trauma you're not ready to deal with or something, or you haven't yet cleared and you can't clear it in a healthy and gentle way, we'll just leave it be, for now. Timing is important with that kind of thing. But to some extent, there definitely is unlocking of muscles that we can do that's healthy and gentle. So we'll do that as part of the relax your body thing. Because relaxing your body is important. I mean, like I already said, why? For deeper sleep and for just, it helps the energy flow. And the more energy is flowing, the easier it is for you to be present and be safe and productive and functional. So anyway, so that's relax your body, which we will do today. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I could have explained this before I did the body relax discussion in the clear off your desk part because it's related. But sort of like part 2 of the clear off your desk work that we're going to be doing today is like, how like on a physical desk you have like the big flat part, right, where you can see stuff and you're organized, you're working actively, right? But then you can have like file folders, like physical file folders, or, in a more modern sense, computerized sense, you can have folders on your computer, like electronic folders. You can, have certain ways that you're taking notes or whatever, a to-do list, several to-do lists, whatever, right? So I'm just going to call that your file system. And just like with the clean your desk thing, we're not exactly talking about your physical desk, we're talking about your mental desk, right? So we're going to also heal and unblock and you know, make sure it's yours, your file system for when you're waking and when you're asleep on the astral doing stuff. Because if you don't have a good file system, it affects how well you can plan, how well you can organize, how well you can sort of group together your ideas. So, you know, and it could be that you have somebody else's energy clogging up your file system so that you can't, you know, order things and prioritize things. And so it's like, it's just like these big, messy, weird piles. So your mind doesn't have a sense, because you don't want everything on your workspace, you know, because that's overwhelming. These giant piles of what you need to do this year and next month and this summer and this fall, and, you know, what you might do and what you're not sure you're going to do, and, you know, all that, right? So it should be, your mind should be able to organize that some way, you know, and so that's what we're calling the file system. But like I said, you know, you want to make sure your file system is yours and it doesn't have a lot of energy from other people, because your mind works in a unique way, you know, and so what works for you is unique, what works best for you. And somebody else's energy in your file system is just gonna make your mind kind of freeze up. We don't want that. So that's sort of part 2 of clean your desk, is organize your file system. We'll do the energy part of that. And if you do end up organizing in the physical realm, you know, like with your computer files or your physical papers or whatever, that's sort of a bonus, but that's not exactly what we're doing, although that may be one of the results. But that's not really the focus. The focus is so that your mind can work well, for productivity and for good sleep too, because if you have every project that you ever think you should do, and then, you know, your ex-partner's energy of what he thinks or she thinks you should have done or whatever, all on your desk, you know, it kind of blocks your mind, and it can make your mind too busy, so that then you don't have good sleep. So we're working the, you know, the body relax stuff, but also the mind. You know, can your mind just sort of feel like it has kind of like a clean slate at the end of the day? You know, so that's part 2 of the mind work that we'll be doing for sleep and productivity, is the not only clean off your desk, but get your file system in a way that it works for you, and clear everyone else out. All right. There's some good things on the maybe pile, but I'm not going to talk about the maybe pile stuff, just the definites that we're doing today. So we've done this before several times, and it's also a good short video. There's like a maybe 7 or 8 minute, you know, little excerpt video on 7th to 8th chakra connection repair. The repair between your 7th chakra in the top of your head and your 8th chakra, which is above the top of your aura. It should be a gold flowing connection between you and your 7th chakra and your 8th chakra. But it can have damage, you know, hard objects stuck in there, and invasive beings and invasive people, so that you're not getting like it gets muddled, it gets interfered with all the good wisdom that your 8th chakra is trying to send down to you. So we'll work that again, because I feel like that can help with a sense of like your big picture, you know, as far as productivity, and also a sense of accomplishment, being able to validate your progress. I think part of that eighth chakra energy can help with that. So we'll definitely do that today. 7th to 8th chakra connection repair and unblocking. Okay, and then your good karma windows, which are back here in your astral body energy system, we will work those again today. We always unblock and repair them. One of the 5 essentials that we do towards the start of these big group healings. But I had in this set, in the last 2 healings in this set, I had been doing much more detailed unblocking of especially the 7th good karma window. But then 2 days ago, I did also the 3rd good karma window in more detail, like unblocking it, getting rid of junk like devices and stuff. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we did the 7th one extra, and then 2 days ago we also did the 3rd one extra. So we'll also do the 5th and the 1st as well extra. So why would we do those extra? Well, 7th one, because it's the outermost, so it has to do with boundaries. It helps with boundaries. I was looking at that, and that was helping. So we're going to do it again. 5th, for sound boundaries, and also diplomacy. Someone mentioned they get their boyfriend healings or their fiance healings, and he said some pretty undiplomatic things, which I guess is not unusual for him, but they were like, in my estimation, as I was reading the survey, they were like especially undiplomatic. So I think, 5th chakra, throat chakra, is communications and peace of mind and inner thoughts and hearing angels. So I think since it's communication, I think, the more that if we can get yucky stuff out of the 5th good karma window, that could help everybody bring in more of the good stuff into their 5th layer and their 5th chakra, and kind of be better with their own communications. And so maybe that woman's boyfriend can be a little more diplomatic in what he says and not be so potentially offensive. We'll see. Worth a try. But, and several people, because sound boundaries is a question on the survey generally these days. And, some people, it's an important issue, to be able to have positive self-talk, and to be able to encourage yourself and not be critical of yourself in a way that's just like kicking yourself when you're down. I mean, you want to be able to acknowledge fault and flaws, but not to the point where it's just, you're smacking yourself in the face throughout the day. So that negative self-talk, hopefully this can help that. 3rd good karma window, 3rd helps sleep and productivity. So that's why we did it 2 days ago, and I did see that helped. So we'll do that again. Somebody had especially good sleep. And I think that was part of why the third good karma window I had gotten rid of in the healing, gotten rid of some, devices and stuff. So, and 1st good karma window, we haven't done extra work on that one, in this set. And 1st chakra, for safety, courage, and abundance. I think it goes with that whole helping your body to relax thing. And just in general, to be able to conquer fear, and bring in more courage and to feel safe. So that's why we'll do a little extra 1st good karma window work. I mean, first chakra helps, of course, but we already do first chakra repair and unblocking. So I want to see, you know, first good karma window work, how much that can help. So that's another definite. And then we have a maybe, but I'm not going to talk about the maybe in case we don't do it. I don't want to waste time. Alrighty. So, what else? Just quick sales notes. That's my website address, jwhealing.com, just like similar to the YouTube channel name. And the February twin set there are still spots for sale on my website, jwhealing.com, and that set of 2 healings is this month on Thursday the 13th. And then, no, that's not true. No, Thursday the 20th. And then Sunday the 23rd. Yeah, so it's I nudged it back a little because I just thought that would be maybe better. Because when the 2 sets are so close together, then you have a big gap in between that set and the next set. So we'll see. But interesting in that, you know, it's the first Thursday healing that we're going to be doing in maybe ever for these big group healings. So that should be interesting. So Thursday the 20th and Sunday the 23rd, and there'll be 2 days in between with no healing. So Thursday and then 2 days and then Sunday, which that should be interesting as well. So we'll see, and I look forward to your feedback on what that experience is like for you. I do have some new people that did buy that set, and I haven't said hello, thank you for your purchase yet. But I will definitely do that. I was just a little busy with this set, but thank you for your purchase if you have bought it already. But you can feel free to email me first if you want and just say hi. Introduce yourself. But I will, if you did just buy the February twin set in the last couple of days, it is absolutely something I want to do. Email you and thank you. Alrighty. And then the March sets are on sale as well on my website. I forget what the theme is for March, but it's cool, whatever it is. And that's listed on my site if you want to check it out. Okay, enough about that. I'm going to check out the chat comments, see what weather is like for people everywhere there. If you want to post your location, totally optional, but I always think that's kind of cute. Find out where people are. And what your weather's like. And then we'll do the 3 minutes of quiet, and then we'll get the healing going. And throughout the healing, except for the first minute of quiet, throughout the rest of the healing, I will be talking out loud as I heal. And so you could use it as a self-healing walkthrough, you know, like to heal yourself in the way I'm describing. Even if I'm healing you, you can also heal yourself at the same time. Some people really like doing that. But you don't have to. If I'm healing you, you can just do whatever. Sleep, drive, deal with your kids, whatever you have to do right now. All right. Somebody says, I can see and hear you. Thank you so much. Someone says, hey, Janet, we can see and hear you in Chicago, 28 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. Ooh, it might be that cold here. Maybe it's like 31 right now or something. It is below freezing here, I think, which I'm opposed to. No, I shouldn't be opposed to it, right? That might put me in resistance. So it's February, so, you know, it is what it is. I layer up before I go outside, so. And I'm layered up right now even. I have all sorts of layers on, even indoors. Someone says, hello from D.C., Washington, D.C., the U.S. capital. We have some flurries this afternoon. Well, that's interesting. Hey, Janet, I can see and hear you from sunny Las Vegas, 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't that nice? Wow, sunny and 62. That sounds like May weather for us, maybe even June weather for us. Thank you for the healing. You're welcome. Someone says hi from Chicago. Hello to you. Someone says can see and hear you. Snowing and 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo! And feels like 4 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind chill. Ouch. That's, well, I can't say your location because you didn't tell me, but if you wanted to say where you are, that's fine. You could. Wow. So for people not in the US that actually use Celsius, 10 degrees Fahrenheit is maybe about 8 degrees Celsius. So that's the real temperature, not even including the wind chill for you. Wow. I bet you already know how to wear lots of layers for winter. This is hi, Janet, from Perfect Weather, Phoenix, 66 degrees Fahrenheit here. Wow, yes, that is perfect for the winter. Thank you for healing me and my spouse. You're welcome. Recovering from bout of flu at present. Oh, well. You know, you can, CV and GV meridians are always helpful for body stuff, like if you're getting sick or you've been sick or you are sick or whatever. But you can also take it to an extra level, not only just heal and repair your CV and GV meridians, but you can imagine the WEI CHI aura, because you have 15 WEI CHI auras, and there's like one for each of the 12 regular meridians, and then there's one for CV meridian, and then there's one for GV meridian, and that extra one, sometimes I forget what that one's for, but anyway, you actually do have a WEI CHI aura for each of the 12 regular meridians, as well as one for CV and one for GV. So you could imagine your CV meridian WEI CHI aura and just unblock and repair that. And because you want to make sure that those gold mesh spheres are working and sending gold light to this, like for example, in the CV meridian WEI CHI aura, you want to make sure those gold mesh spheres are sending energy to the CV meridian continually. So if that's over people's head, sorry. You could always ask a follow-up question at the end of the healing about that. But yeah, so if you want, you can just with your intention pick the CV meridian WEI CHI aura and repair and unblock that extra, and then the GV meridian WEI CHI aura and repair and unblock that extra. Okay, someone says hello to you. Evergreen, Colorado in the US for 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, lots of layers. Yes, and all those snow emojis. Yes. I don't know if you like to ski. I'm not a skier myself. I've never skied, and the thought of it just, I imagine some type of annoying injury. So I'm definitely not a ski person, but perhaps you are. I guess that would be one reason to live in Colorado if you do like skiing. Okay. Oh, and our new cat, BooBoo Kitty, who is unfortunately still in quarantine for now, temporarily, in our mudroom. She says hi too. She's been meowing this whole time, but you probably can't hear her because the mic is very focused. And but she is saying hello. Thanks for the guidance. Oh, about the CV and GV WEI CHI auras, yes. Someone says hello from Ireland. Hello to you. All righty. Well, good. Thinking about something. Hold on a sec. All right. So, another concept for today that I will do my best to fit in is what I was just mentioning to that commenter, GV and CV WEI CHI auras. So we will especially repair and unblock those to make sure that we'll make it more likely that those WEI CHI auras are properly supporting and nourishing your GV and CV meridians. Those are really important meridians that help to manage all your 12 meridians. So, okay, there you go. Fun fact. So now we will have some glorious quiet. Before we get the healing going. During the quiet time, I'll be finishing my prep and saying hi to the people that I'm going to be healing that purchased this healing on my website in advance. So I hope you enjoy the quiet as well. Okay. Thanks for waiting. So let's unblock hand chakras and fingertip chakras. So that's what they generate a lot of gold light, so they're really good for when you're healing yourself. So you have a big energy center in the palm of each hand, and then one in each fingertip. So hand chakra, fingertip chakras. You can set them to a metallic gold color like this glitter. Just with your intention, you don't have to be able to see energy yet to do that. And you can, energy centers can be like half blocked, mostly blocked, not blocked at all. And if they're not blocked at all, it's just easier. It's like a motor that's not clogged. You know, chakras generate energy, so they create it, but they also just keep it circulating. And if it's clogged, it's not going to do either of those things very well. So just use the gold light from one hand to unblock the other hand. And also your wrist and your elbows and your whole route of energy flow from your shoulder through your arm down to your fingertips. Just unblock the whole route. You can do that locally like I'm doing right now, or you can just have a copy out in front of you. So in and around your shoulders and your arms and your hands, just unblock the whole thing with gold light. Melt away whatever's not you. Wash out other people. You can say angels if there are any invasive beings, you know, in this route of shoulders down to fingertips. Can you please recycle them? This should be just for you. All right, good job. Oh, and you can use a copy out in front of you. I've already said that to, you know, so as I'm healing, that's what I'm doing, and that's what you could do. So you can always do direct healing, you know, if it's a part of you that's convenient to do direct healing on. But using a copy can be really useful, and it can help you to train your hands to be able to feel energy. So as you comb through the copy, you know, you can begin to feel where energy is blocked and unblock it. So okay, so grounding. Let's do that. You can recreate both your groundings, one for your astral body energy system, one for your physical body energy system. Bring them up both high as your third chakra. Your third chakra is right below your sternum bone. Sternum bone is the bone that goes up and down there. So just right below that is your third chakra. So bring up your groundings that high, make them very wide as all your auras. Make them red or orange or yellow, both the same color, all the way down to the core of the earth. So you have these nice wide groundings. You can make a copy out in front of you of your groundings. Comb through them with gold light and wash everybody out. Chances are, if you are like your mind is really blocked or unproductive or unfocused, or you know you're binge watching something, there's a high likelihood that your grounding is at least half blocked, if not fully blocked, or it could just be really narrow. So you know, make the grounding wide all the way down to the core of the earth, and just comb through it and make sure nothing's blocking it up. Lots of gold light, melt away whatever's slow moving in your grounding, whatever's stuck, melt it away with gold light. So it's a very fast moving downward flow throughout your grounding. And use gold light around the outer surface as well. Melt away any hard objects that might be sticking out. and melt away any connections to other people's grounding. Sometimes people misunderstand and they think, well, you know, we're in this together, you know, that expression, we're in this together, you know, and so they may join up their groundings thinking that they're like supporting each other, but it just makes both your groundings not work well if you do that. So just, you know, you may have somebody that you want to be very supportive with, and just double check that you're not like bonding your grounding to theirs, because again, it's just going to make it harder for you to process stress and harder for them to process stress. You don't want that, right? So just, there's someone that you really love and you're trying to be very supportive, just double check that, you know, you're letting them have their own unique grounding and you're having your own unique grounding. All right. Good job. Okay, aura repair. Let's do it. So we're going to repair all 17 auras at once. And then later in the healing, we will do extra work on the GV and CV WEI CHI auras, which are 2 of the 15 WEI CHI auras. But right now, we'll just repair and unblock all of them at once. So you imagine them all out in front of you. They're all around you when you're awake and reasonably present. They're all in the same place, all around you, above you, below you, all around, right? So you have a copy out in front of you of all your 17 auras. So the 15 WEI CHI auras, which are for strong boundaries, and then physical body aura and astral body aura. That's how you get 17 auras. So just comb through them all, and you want to just think to yourself, well, gee, do I need to repair these? How are they doing? And it never hurts to, you know, wash them out with gold light and do some extra nourishing with gold light. So to repair all the rips at the same time, which is nice. Not, you don't have to do it that way, but that's how we'll do it. You make a composite copy. So you make an image of a rip, and you say, okay, well, this rip represents all the rips in my 17 auras right now. And then you repair that rip. And as you're repairing this composite copy rip, you're repairing all the rips. So you have your composite copy rip and you clean it out so that the gold light makes really good contact with the ripped surfaces and then repairs properly. Okay, so sticky gold wax. You use sticky gold wax, which is gold light from your hands that sticks to whatever's not you. So it's just gold light from your hands, but that's your intention, that it's going to stick to whatever's not you and make a big lump. So sticky gold wax, fill up the rip with sticky gold wax, have it stick to everything that's not you. So invasive beings, invasive people, hard objects that got thrown at you. And just lift it all out as a big lump and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. One more time, fill it with sticky gold wax. Get rid of all the junk all at once. Angels, here you go. So then you know, get the gold light as deep as you can in this rip so that it starts the repair. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this repair, can you please recycle them? All right, and then we'll do one more time just for any leftover rips that didn't get repaired. So make a composite copy rip and have it represent any leftover rips that didn't get repaired, and do the same process. So angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this repair, can you please recycle them? Sticky gold wax to get rid of all the junk. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax. Lift out all the junk at once. Angels, here you go. And get the gold light as deep as you can in there. Make good contact with the rip surface. Sometimes there's kind of like a dark, heavy crust on the ripped surface, so you just got to use extra gold light so that it melts off and everything grows back, repairs properly. Alrighty, righty-roo. So gold mesh spheres, we're going to do extra work on those when we do the CV and GV auras, but we'll do a little bit now. So gold mesh spheres, those are what generates all the gold light for those Wei Chi auras, the 15 Wei Chi auras that are strong boundaries energy. Each one of those Wei Chi auras is like a big gold flowy force field, right? And so the gold light is generated by the gold mesh spheres within the Wei Chi aura. So there's 3 of them. So there's 1, 2, 3, an innermost, a middle one, and an outermost one. For each Wei Chi aura has 3 of these gold mesh spheres. And if they work properly, they generate lots of gold light, which fills up the Wei Chi aura and also gets directed inward towards whatever energy meridian that Wei Chi aura is supposed to support. So right now, we can just check out, comb through, imagine a copy of all your Wei Chi auras, all the gold mesh spheres, and you're looking for any spot that's kind of, it'll look like window screen, like mesh that's not gold. Or it could just be a hole that the gold mesh just got like completely ripped away. But it could be there and just it's not gold. Because it just kind of got turned off. Like there's too much like dark, like sort of a tar around where there was damage before. So like you just get rid of all the hardness, any hardness that's sort of turning off these gold mesh spheres. Gold mesh spheres. So you get rid of that hardness and you extra wash the parts of the sphere that are not gold, but especially the hardness. There'll be like a hard residue around where it's not gold anymore, and you just clean off that residue so that the gold kind of swooshes in and fills it up, and then they start working. If that's too complicated, just use gold everywhere. But you want your gold mesh spheres to generate a ton of gold light. You want these Wei Chi auras to just be really packed and flowing, like very powerful, kind of like gold light dishwashing machines, There's just so much gold light. Whoa. And you could pick out like your most depleted Wei Chi aura of the 15. Just imagine that one. You don't have to know, if it's for the gallbladder meridian or it's for the, urinary bladder meridian or it's for the stomach meridian or whatever. But just pick the most depleted one and just imagine like what's going on with it, and just, find any burnt parts of the gold mesh spheres and just melt that burnt crustiness away. You can say angels if there are any invasive beings in the way of this, gold light being generated. Can you please recycle them? All right, cool. So that was regular or repair of all 17, but then we did the gold mesh spheres, repairing all of them at once, and then we did the most depleted WEI CHI AURA. Just that one. Okay, good job. And like I said, we will be doing more of that detailed work with WEI CHI auras later on when we work the CV and the GV WEI CHI auras. Stay tuned for more fun. All right, so chakra repair. Dun, 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 dun. Yay, chakra repair. Now there is a quick little video on chakra repair in my short video playlist, which is featured on my YouTube channel page. If you ever want a little chakra repair moment, 6 minutes long or so, that video is there for you. But let's do it now. So I don't have my cute little image. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. There we go. The famous composite the famous image of a chakra. Now this is the basic shape of a chakra. It's an open cylinder. Right? So you can imagine an image of a chakra for yourself and just have it be a composite copy. So it represents all your chakras, all your major and minor chakras everywhere in your body and your spirit. Okay. And just use a lot of gold light and use the gold light to wash away and melt blocked energy and to melt cords going into the chakras. Typically, they'll be coming in pairs around the round openings. But you can just melt all the cords. You don't have to worry. And if you have young children, 12, 13 or younger, with your intention, you just keep that first chakra cord to your young children. But if they're over 12 or 13, then you're most likely just going to be causing a lot of problems between you and your child if you keep cording them at the first. So just keep that first chakra cord if they're young. You can lift out blocked energy that's in your chakras that's healthy and gentle to get rid of, and you could just blow it up, or you can lift it out and melt it with gold light. Lift it out, melt it away with gold light, or you can lift it out and hand it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with this? And you want the flaps to fall shut. So around the round openings, there are flaps around this outer surface. So if the flaps are irritated and open, they're like this. They stick out. So you don't want that. You want to melt enough cords and unblock the chakra enough so that the flaps fall shut. So it's a nice smooth round opening. So your energy can, you know, go through, but it's harder for people to cord if the flaps are shut. So melt enough cord so that your chakra flaps can fall shut. And you can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with my chakras, can you please recycle them? And the theme, the dual theme that we have, good sleep and productivity, you can lift out energy blocks that are healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. That, you know, getting rid of these blocks would help your sleep and your productivity. So lift out blocks in the way of your sleep and productivity and melt them away with gold light. Lift out the blocks in the way of sleep and productivity and melt them away. Lift out the blocks in the way of sleep and productivity. Melt them away. All right, good enough. So that was chakra repair. So creative ring repair, your creative rings are up here, 1, 2, 3. And you make a copy out in front of you of your creative rings. You can make it a small copy, a big copy, it doesn't matter. And just wash out the rings with gold light from your hands so that any damage to the rings can start to repair. The damage might look like cracks or missing pieces. You want the space in between the rings to be unblocked. So melt out anything in between the rings, in the round space in between the rings. In the middle of the rings, however you want to describe it. Because you want your 7th chakra energy to be able to go up, and then new energy that you want to bring into your 7th chakra to be able to flow down without colliding into any energy blocks. And your creative rings have flaps, so this would be like a top-down view of one of your creative rings, and you don't want the flaps to be open like this. You want them to be relaxed and shut so that it's a nice smooth round opening, just like with the chakras. So just melt all the cords so that the flaps can fall shut. And we can use sticky gold wax to unblock your creative rings also. So just like we did with aura repair, so it's gold light from your hands that sticks to whatever's not you, right? So just put it all around your creative rings and have it stick to everything that's not you, and then you just lift out the wax with the junk. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax all around your creative rings. And have it stick to everything that's not you. So devices, invasive beings, invasive people, lift all that junk out. Angels, here you go. Okay, good enough. Good job. Okay, so we're gonna do good karma window repair and unblocking, all of them, and then especially 7, 5, 3, and 1 because, and I described why already in the discussion before the healing. So good karma windows, they're back here and behind your astral body, head and neck. They look like triple frame windows. And so if you see it just in profile, they're like, you just see the side of the frame. But if you look, like facing from behind or something, you can see it's a triple frame window. So it looks like that. That's a triple frame window. They're pretty small. They would be like that probably. That would be the corner where my fingers are, is where the corners would be, so they're not that big. They're back there. So anyway, you can just imagine them like all of them like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, they come and go with you as a spirit. They're part of your astral body energy system. And the basics idea is, you want the good stuff to be able to flow through and the bad stuff not to be able to flow through. The good stuff is like your new energy that you're trying to bring in, and good karma energy from the universe, and a little gentle, tiny amount of energy from the moon and the stars. Bad stuff would be invasive people and invasive beings and hard objects. And, good and bad technically is a judgment. So, not the ideal term. But whatever. So just use gold light, comb through. You can lift out the blocks and you could blow them all up at once or melt them with gold light. Lift out the blocks that are healthy and gentle to get rid of out of all your good karma windows and melt them away. Out the blocks, melt them away. You can have not only blocked energy, but invasive beings and invasive people that have kind of woven through because of damage or blocks. So you can kind of grip all that and freeze it and lift it out. Angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. You can also say, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with my good karma windows at all, can you please recycle them? You can do like physical massage to the back of the base of your skull, the top of your neck. You can make a red grounding all the way from the core of the earth to this base of skull area. So to help release built up energy that you need to release from this base of skull area. And technically it could be 2 red groundings, one for your physical body base of skull and one for your astral body base of skull. You want to make sure the auras behind your base of skull are flowing as much as possible. No hard objects or energy blocks. Okay, so then now we'll do the extra work on those particular windows. So your 7th good karma window. So I won't have the perfect color for each window, but I do have a purple marker, so I could draw that one. So it looks damaged just because I didn't draw it right, but those are supposed to be straight lines. But anyway, so that could be your if it was a straight lined drawing, that could be your seventh good karma window. And then this middle area would be like a purple, sort of flowy, translucent color. The middle area right there. So if I had like a light purple marker, I would color it in there. But anyway, so check out that seventh chakra good karma window. And you can make it the copy of it big if you want, because sometimes noticing damage is a little bit easier when your copy's big. But just run gold light through the frame part, because it could be that the frame, you know, part of the frame is not purple, even though you did set both your seventh chakras to purple. It could be that, you know, part of the frame is like silver or black or white because of invasive beings or invasive people. If so, you can just find that part and say, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings hooked into here? And then people, you can just melt the cords away, wash their energy out. So if that middle part is not flowy purple, the window part of your good karma window, your seventh good karma window, just use lots of gold light and through it. And as you're noticing, you know, if it's flowy or not, you can look for hard objects stuck there, you know, like spears, hand up to your angels. You can look for, I called them brands. They're just devices, but they can look like sort of like designs. So like in the window part, I'll draw it bigger. I'm not good at drawing. So the brand, you know, it's like, you know, like a brand burnt into like a cow hide or something, you know. It's just a device, but it looks like a symbol, you know, and it's kind of burned in there. It's hard, you know, and so that's an example of what it might look like, but you know, it could be any shape at all. This brand. But you can just, if you find one of those, just, you could lift it out with gold light and give it to your angels. Or you could say too, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into this, can you please recycle them? And you could kind of paint the blackened part with gold light and just see if it fully melts. But you can like lift it out to the branded device out and give it to your angels and then run gold light through where it was. But there could be invasive beings that kind of move into that space. So then you just say, angels, can you recycle all the invasive beings that are here? And, you know, we're working sleep and productivity. So you can, you know, as you're working this seventh chakra good karma window, you can look for devices or hard objects or other people's energy that are messing with your sleep and productivity here. And just lift those out. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift them out. Angels, here you go. Lift them out. Angels, here you go. Some of the brands are more like kind of like that, like a bunch of circles. You know, so it'd be like a brand with like, it's a bunch of circles. You just lift the whole thing out. Angels, here you go. So, but they could be all different shapes, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just the point is it's hard, it's not flowing, and it's definitely not you, and you didn't make it. So it's got to go. Just lift out the branded devices. Angels, here you go. Lift them out. Angels, here you go. So again, working your 7th. Good karma window. So that it's purple and flowy and just you. Angels, here you go. So part of 7th chakra is like stuff is like identity and empowerment. So it could be that your identity, you know, people don't want you to, maybe somebody, you know, a sibling or somebody really had a problem with you owning your identity and your individuality. So in your 7th good karma window, there could be some of that, other people's energy trying to mute or alter your individuality. So you can just lift that out with gold light, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. Seventh chakra is also confidence. So you can look specifically for anything that's blocking you from bringing in your confidence. In your 7th chakra good karma window, your 7th good karma window. And just lift that stuff out. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. You want to be able to bring in your confidence, your empowerment, your strength, your boundaries energy. All right, good job. So that was the 7th one. That's for me for later when I have to make chapters. Later today. So now we could do the 5th good karma window and 5th chakra in your throat. You can set it to any, I mean, you can set it to whatever color you want, but probably most beneficial would be if you do the rainbow system, red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, deep blue, purple. So any kind of light or medium blue for your throat chakra would kind of make sense vibrationally. If you're doing the rainbow system. So, good draw. So 5th chakra, while I'm drawing, you know, 5th chakra, communications. I had mentioned it early when I was discussing this before the healing that, you know, somebody's boyfriend didn't have really a great sense of diplomacy. You know, kind of didn't censor what he said, didn't think like, okay, is what I'm saying offensive? You know, he didn't really have that ability turned on too well. So maybe working this 5th good karma window might help with that. We'll see. But you know, inner voice, all sorts of good things. Hearing angels. So 5th good karma window. So that would be in the back, you know, 5th chakra, astral body 5th chakra, in the back of the astral body 5th layer. Would be 5th good karma window. So you can just look for that and give it a nice healing. Set your 5th chakra, both your 5th chakras to your favorite shade of blue, medium blue, light blue, somewhere in there. And just lots of gold light. Check out the frame. Is it actually blue? The blue you set it to? Or is it just some weird color? And just wash out whatever's not your blue. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with this, can you please recycle them? And you can look for any sort of symbols branded into your 5th chakra good karma window. Any shapes or symbols branded into there, and just surround them in gold light. Lift them out. Angels, here you go. Lift them out. Angels, here you go. You want it to be just flowy and you're blue. The window part. So just be flowy, flowy, flowy. So lift out any weird objects. Angels, here you go. And you may have had invasive communicators in your life. Maybe you dated one or married one or was raised by one or all of the above. And so in this 5th good karma window, you may have, you know, like sort of branded in there or layered on top of the window other people's energy. So you just surround that in gold light, lift it out. Angels, here you go. Lift out all that junk from other people. Angels, here you go. And inner voice also is, you know, this 5th chakra, 5th layer, 5th good karma window stuff. So is there any negative self-talk, like any branded symbols in there that are making it hard for you to keep your positive, constructive, nourishing, healthy self-talk? So just find any branded symbols that are messing with your inner voice space. And just surround them in lots of gold light. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into this stuff, can you please recycle them? And then use the gold to just lift out these branded devices. Angels, here you go. Lift out these branded devices in your 5th window. Angels, here you go. And just do some nice healing there. So it's your blue and it's flowy, flowy, flowy. You may have hard objects like spears in here. So just use sticky gold wax, have them stick to the spears and lift them out. Angels, here you go. And just let them repair. Let the gashes heal up. And the frames may not be the blue that you want. It may be white or something. If so, that could be an invasive being. So you say, angels, if there are any invasive beings right here, can you recycle them? You can send gold light all around, you know, from both sides of the good karma window. Just around it in lots of gold light. Let the gold light be absorbed. All right, good enough. So that was your 5th good karma window to help with hearing angels, positive self-talk, inner reflective space, peace of mind, communications with others, possibly diplomacy. Maybe. Okay, so 3rd good karma window. I don't have a nice yellow marker for this one. Yellow dry erase marker. Alas. So whatever, but imagine if this were yellow. That would look like that would be the ideal look for your 3rd good karma window. This is yellow if you need to stare at some yellow. Anyway, just look at your 3rd good karma window. You can set both your 3rd chakras to the shade of yellow that you like right now. And then just check out your 3rd good karma window. See if the frame part of it is in fact yellow. If it's black or white or silver or some other color, you can wash all that junk off. It could be invasive beings making it those weird colors. So you could say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into this, can you please recycle them? You can give it gold light from both sides of your good karma window. And this is the 3rd one. 3rd relates to 3rd chakra. So taking action, starting projects, finishing projects, time management, and also good sleep. So check out the window part, you know, like the middle area of this third chakra good karma third good karma window, and see, you know, it should be like a yellow flowy space there. And you want to check it out. Maybe there's some hard objects burnt into there, like look like brands. And so if so, just surround them in gold light, and you can lift them out and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Any kind of weird shapes burnt into this space, the third good karma window, just surround them in gold light. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into this stuff, can you recycle them? Just lift out these weird hard things. Angels, here you go. Lift out the weird hard things. Angels, here you go. Anything that's particularly messing with your sleep. In this third good karma window, just lift it out. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. You can have things that you're not getting rid of because it's from somebody that is like for example, like a parent or even a grandparent. You know, you could have a hard object burnt into this third good karma window from a parent or grandparent, and it's totally messing with your sleep, but you're not removing it because, you know, when you were a little kid, when it was put there, you had like this sort of passive reverence for that person. But, you know, you're 50 years old now and you need to sleep properly, you know, or whatever. You know, like, you don't have to keep this stuff in here. If someone was invasive on this level, that's unfortunate, but, you know, you don't have to suffer forever because of it. So just find the hard junk that's messing with this third good karma window, surround it with gold light. You say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into it, can you please recycle them? And just lift out this junk, even if, you know, grandma gave it to you. Angels, here you go. Lift out this junk, even if, you know, your dad gave it to you when you were 2 and you thought he was like a god. You know, lift all that junk out. Angels, here you go. You want your third good karma window to have nice yellow framing, just like your third chakra does. And you want the yellow flowiness in the middle there. Again, find something in your third chakra good karma window that is like from somebody that you revere, or at one point, you know, had this like utmost respect for. Because it doesn't mean that they're never invasive, you know, those people. That doesn't mean that they're all knowing and always wise, right? So, you know, maybe they had a bad day at some point and you were 2 and you were like totally, you know, anything they put in your space you would save forever. You know, it's time to clean it out. So you hand it to your angels, so it's safe, you know. So just take out the junk that's from people that you really respect. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. There may be stuff from people that you really hate too, and your resistance is keeping it in. So if there are any objects from people that you really can't stand in your third good karma window, lift those out too. Angels, here you go. You want to be able to be productive and have good sleep, right? All right, good enough. So then your first good karma window, so that you can have courage and safety and abundance and relax enough. You'll feel safe enough to relax enough to focus on your productivity or to have deep sleep when you're trying to sleep. So your first good karma window, I happen to have a drawing of that. Not great, but it's a drawing. So it's red, right? And it's, you know, that's a bigger size than real life, but there you go. So you can set your first chakras to your favorite shade of red. And then imagine your first good karma window. And just heal the frame part so that it's all, heal it with gold light. So it's just your red there. It's nobody else. It's not like black or white or silver or anything. And if it is any weird color like that, it could be invasive beings, it could be invasive people. But invasive people, you can just wash off with gold light. Invasive beings, you can just have your angels recycle them. So you can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into this stuff, can you please recycle them? And check the middle window part, in the middle of the framing. It's supposed to be red and flowy. If it's not, if it's hard and crusty and weird, just get rid of the hard, crusty, weird part. Just lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift out. Angels, here you go. It could be symbols burnt into it, like brand style devices. Surround those in gold light. And lift those out. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Especially if you feel like you're on edge sometimes, like when you're trying to go to sleep or just in general. Look for things that are making it not red and flowy in the middle. And just surround them in gold light. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into this stuff, can you recycle them? And then just lift all that out. Give it to your angels. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. You have anybody that at some point you felt afraid of, like a bully, or someone who was abusive. They could have put something in this first good karma window to create that effect that they are making you fearful. So you don't need to keep that around. Enough's enough. You already felt the fear and it wasn't fun and whatever. Enough is enough, right? You don't have to stay afraid of these people. So just look for junk from bullies or abusive people that wanted you to be in fear. They may have placed just small pieces of energy that are easy to get rid of, actually, in this first good karma window. So just surround those pieces of energy in gold light and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. So we could call them bully devices, any devices that are supposed to make you tremble in fear, and just, skip that part now. And just surround all the bully devices in gold light and give to your angels. Angels, here you go. And you could have invasive beings that are kind of, in on that game and really want you to be phobic. And so you can imagine all those invasive beings that want you to stay in fear, and just say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? And again, wash everybody's cords off of this good karma window, this first good karma window, because you want to be able to feel safe. You want to bring in your energy that helps you feel safe and courageous and abundant, helps you be abundant. All right, good enough. Then you can just comb through all of them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, good enough. Woohoo! Good job, good job. Do little butterflies to celebrate that one. I can find it. The butterflies, where'd you go? There we go. Oops, there you go. All right, great job, great job, great job. Woohoo! Alrighty. Oh, and if you wish, if you could give this live stream a thumbs up, that does help. And if you're watching later as a video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. You don't have to, but it does help. Alrighty. Okay, so I talked about this in the intro discussion before the healing started, that we want to help your body relax, and your physical body to relax, which is different from the state of your mind, but it is certainly related. But literally your muscles can kind of lock up. Like you could always have your shoulders hunched for like no reason, you know, even just subtly, you know, there can be different things that, you know, your body it just holds the stress and you're like in a state of alertness, when there's nothing bad about to happen. It's just your body got kind of frozen there. Likewise, a trauma lock and you're on your muscles can be kind of guarding and frozen, just because of trauma and stress. Even though maybe you're over the trauma now, but your muscles didn't get the memo. Like you're 95% over it, but your muscles didn't get the memo, and so they're still all locked up. So let's work that. It's really easy, a lot easier than it sounds. And we do want to have that intention healthy and gentle. Okay, so we're only going to do as much as is, you know, going to be nice for you today, because you can always work more with your angels on it, even just subconsciously. So you could use a big gold blanket out in front of you. You could make gold dumpsters or gold boxes, or just make piles without, you know, putting them into something. But the idea is you want to put out in front of you any baggage that is impacting your body, any stress, you know, any baggage, any blocks. It could be stuff that was never even yours, just somebody else's fear got dumped in your space, or somebody else's concern, or rules, or oppression energy, or whatever. But it's just stuff that's stressing out your body. Okay, so your physical body. So just pile up all the baggage that is stressing out your physical body, and we'll have your angels check it. So you can't do too much. We'll have the angels check first before we clear it all. So just put it out in front of you, like like, you know, just anything that could be stressing out your body, your physical body, right? Just pile it all out in front of you, and then say, angels, can you please check these piles, and make sure I'm only clearing what's healthy and gentle to do right now. Okay, and then you could bring up red earth energy straight from the core of the earth and soak these piles in red earth energy. You can use gold light from your hands and surround the piles in gold light, melt away cords from other people and from you going into these piles. And use gold light through the piles to like wash you out and wash other people out. Could be your resistance in here. Just wash everything out, and the piles will probably start to melt and get smaller at that point. You could just keep doing that to melt them completely, or you can blow them up, you know, in like colorful fireworks so they fully destroy that way. It's just whatever amuses you is fine. Okay, so just check with your body, you know, maybe like a part of your body that's usually a little tense, and just see, you know, maybe do a little quick massage, and maybe your shoulders, maybe, you know, this think it's large intestine 4, this point here, you know, in there, because you're a large intestine meridian. I'm pretty sure it's like goes in the big finger, if I'm remembering right, the index finger, and then there's an acupuncture point right there. That's really kind of important. I mean, they're all important. But you can massage there. Just do something nice for your body for a second, you know, maybe massage your thigh muscles, or, you know, knead your back a little. Roll your shoulders. You know, try to send some comforting messages to your body. You know, it could be that you're around people that are doing the opposite, and they're sending like stress messages out, and that your body's picking up on, you know, like maybe about political situations or about money situations or something. You know, somebody's freaking out around you, and they're sort of broadcasting that trauma and fear. And your body is kind of like an innocent child sometimes, and it just picks up on that and is like, oh, really? It's that terrible? You know, so you need to like kind of undo all that, you know, the ambient fear. Just help your body to release the ambient fear, the ambient, you know, frustration and anger and whatever that your body's been soaking up from, you know, just whatever people around. So just, you can imagine a copy of your physical body out in front of you and just comb through it and just, again, send comforting messages, reassuring messages. You know, try to think, you know, glass half full, you know, like, hey, you know, it's great that we have money for food. It's great that we have money for rent, or, you know, like just whatever upbeat thing that you can say to your body, you know, like, hey, you know, it's so nice that, you know, we're able to have the, you know, a nice place to sleep, you know, or it's, hey, it's nice that we're wearing nice, warm, cozy clothing, or, you know, whatever. Just, you know, just let your body hold on to something positive, you know, so that it can let go of all this, you know, ambient drama. Because that doesn't help anybody. Like, for some reason, people think like, okay, if we're all freaking out, that's somehow better. But for your physical body, it's not somehow better. So just relax your body. Be like, hey, it's okay. You can let go of all that. It's all right. So let's do the baggage clearing again, you know, out in front of you. So just pile out in front of you any baggage, any energy blocks. They may not even be yours, you know, but anything in your body's space that might be stressing it out. Maybe it's, you know, some projects that you have still to do, and somehow it's like jammed into your physical body space, you know, or something you felt you shouldn't have done, whatever, you know, or somebody else's messages about your body. Just pile it all out in front of you. Anything that's stressing out your body at all, right? And then just say, angels, can you check all these piles and make sure that, you know, if I clear this, it's healthy and gentle. You know, take away anything that's not healthy and gentle to clear right now. Okay, so that means your angels checked it. So everything that's still out in front of you is healthy and gentle to clear right now. You can go ahead and blow it all up. Or, you know, red earth energy, gold light, melt cords going into it, wash yourself out of the piles, wash everybody else's energy out of the piles, and just let them all melt away fully. All right, good job. So a little extra about the trauma lock stuff. So just have a copy of your body out in front of you and just notice if there's any trauma locked areas. So maybe it's, you know, like I used to have my neck that was trauma locked, and so I couldn't use my neck muscles properly. You know, so there could be different parts of your body that have trauma locks on them, and it might make no sense, but maybe it's from like a past life when you got that part of your body injured, and the injury doesn't come forward, but if you had a lot of emotional baggage about the injury and you kind of projected it into that area, then that can come forward if you never cleared it. So just look to see if you have any trauma locked part of your physical body that is healthy and gentle to clear right now. And then just use gold light and keep that intention healthy and gentle. And you don't even have to know what part of your body, just gold light through your whole body with that intention that you're washing away any trauma locking that is healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. You can send gold light from both sides of your body. Again, wash away any trauma locking that is healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. Trauma locking could be affecting your muscles, physical muscles, your everywhere, really. The flow of your meridians, your nervous system, your brain. Wash away any trauma locking that is healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. Maybe a little extra on your brain. Healthy and gentle. All right, good job, good job, good job. Woohoo! A little gold confetti to celebrate that one. Yay, good job. All right, so now we'll do something that will also helps your body to relax, but it can also affect you a lot on like emotional levels and mental levels, and so definitely helps sleep and productivity. And that would be sort of a fan favorite, which is biker shorts unblocking. And sorry about that image. It's so explicit to show all at once. It's like, oh. So, but I think we may do it the point of this image is not to show all his hair and his genitalia. It's to show the acupuncture points and the meridians of the physical body in that area, which is very helpful to work those. So we will do that, but I like also this image that I'm going to go to instead. Where is that image? There we go. Okay. So that is what I call the biker shorts area. And that's an example of biker shorts. And like I always say, don't worry if your biker shorts don't fit just like these guys, because they're models and these are airbrushed images. So they don't even fit that well on these guys. But anyway, that area on you, we want to relax this area on you, because again, this is another area that it just can be stressed and tense. And even just with the chakras, because your first chakra and your second chakra and your kundalini chakra are in this area along your spine. Second chakra is below the belly button, like an inch or two. And first chakra is at the base of the spine, and kundalini chakra is just below that. So that's all in the biker shorts area, and then all those meridians and stuff, super cool meridians that we saw with the gentleman's image there. We want all that to just relax and flow. So just imagine your biker shorts area and the auras around it. And just have the gold light sort of find whatever's tensing your biker shorts area, any blocks in and around your biker shorts area, and just have the gold light get a grip on those blocks that are healthy and gentle to get rid of, and move out those blocks. And you can blow them up in like colorful fireworks if that amuses you, or move them out and melt them with gold light, or just melt them in place. You could do that too. So just gold light through your biker shorts area, and which includes the auras around your biker shorts areas, and just comb through and you want to just melt away any hardness. All you want is your energy flowing in this area. In the back of your biker shorts area is cool too. Very cool. Where is that? Here we go, right there. So that's the back of your biker shorts area, you know, like right that much probably. And then it goes lower too, but I don't have that image quickly. But that's your urinary bladder meridian, the yellow lines, and then the gray line, that's your GV, governing vessel meridian, which actually we're going to work soon separately. But anyway, that's the back of your biker shorts area, right? So comb through there, and the aura is behind there, and you don't want any hardness, so just melt all that hardness away. So have the gold light just grab anything hard that's healthy and gentle to get rid of, drag it out, melt it away. Grab it, drag it out, melt it away. And so the auras behind that area, you want them to flow. So just look for any hardness and melt it away. So your WEI CHI auras, I mean, you have 17 auras, so all 17 are behind here as well. They're, you know, all around you. So just comb through all your 17 auras behind these points that you're seeing, and just, if there are any of these auras that are ripped, just wash them out until they grow back. Wash them out with gold light from your hands until they grow back. Your auras are supposed to nourish and support you and protect you. So, but you gotta make sure they're repaired in order for that to work well. So again, let's see the front of the biker shorts. And we will go to that guy's, I guess, don't think about that, it's a guy. If you're a woman, just imagine your own points. But comb through and in front of there, and just grab out anything that's not you, that's healthy and gentle to get rid of, melt it away. You say, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with this area, can you please recycle them? And again, grab out anything from in those meridians and those points, but also the auras in front of there. And just comb through and grab anything that's causing you stress, any energy blocks, and just melt them away. Or blow them up. Find the blocked energy. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into this, can you recycle them? And then melt people's cords out of the blocks. And then you can just blow up the blocks or keep using gold light to melt the blocks fully. All right, good enough. Good job. Good job, good job. Woohoo! Gold confetti for that. Oops. There we go. Oh, funny, funny, funny. Okay, good job. Alrighty. So as I said, this is its own little short video, probably 6, 7, or 8 minutes long in the short video playlist, which is featured on my YouTube channel page. This is the fabulous drawing that goes with it. So that big bucket looking thing there, that's a chakra. So that's your 7th chakra in your head, in the top of your head, and purple is an ideal color for it. And then all that orange there is supposed to be gold. And so your 8th chakra is above the top of your aura. So for Akudal, that would be like, here's her 7th chakra in here, and then here's the top of her auras, and then so her 8th chakra is somewhere up here. And it can be like just a foot above the top of her auras, or it could be, 8 feet above the top of her aura, 9 feet above. Depends on how much tuned in you are to what you're doing. Like if your higher self doesn't really care about what you're doing, then it'll move out a little bit higher. But if your higher self is pretty engaged in what you're doing, then your 8th chakra will move closer. But the point of what we're doing is to repair the connection between the 7th and 8th chakra. So it's gold and flowing, and there's no damage. Because if there's damage, it's easy for invasive people and invasive beings to like send their energy in through that connection and kind of interfere with the wisdom and healing energy coming down from your 8th chakra. So just imagine your 7th chakra. You only need to imagine your astral 7th chakra, because that's the one that does have this connection to your 8th chakra. So imagine your astral 7th chakra, make it your favorite shade of purple. And then imagine your 8th chakra. You could imagine it pretty much looks like a gold sun. And then just imagine the gold flowy connection between the two. And then if there's any damage, I show it in this little drawing right there. It looks like a little steak, black hard thing right there. So you can get rid of all the hard objects at once in this connection. You can just use sticky gold wax, have the gold light stick to all the hard objects, and just move them all out at once. Angels, here you go. Again, have the gold wax stick to any hard objects. Lift them all out. Angels, here you go. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with this connection or in the way of the repair, can you please recycle them? Again, that's angels. If there are any invasive beings in this area, can you please recycle them? And then you want to make sure all the hard objects, maybe they left gashes when you pulled them out. So you want to make sure those get repaired. So there's no leaking. You want to just have only your gold wisdom coming down to your 8th chakra. Nothing, no yuckiness getting mixed in with it. Like in the diagram. You could have energy blocks within that connection, so just melt those away with gold light. Someone in their survey, they mentioned they felt like they were spinning their wheels. They didn't have a sense that they were getting anything done, even though they were getting some things done. So I think this 8th chakra wisdom can kind of help with that. It's very calming, and it helps you to sort of have this perspective, larger perspective on things. So go ahead and melt away any blocks in the 7th to 8th chakra connection, so that, and check, is your 7th chakra able to receive the gold light that's coming down from your 8th chakra? Maybe there's some blocks like right in the top of your 7th that's blocking the wisdom. So just melt those away. So like say if this is your 7th chakra, it would be purple ideally. And then, so there might be some just gunk right there, blocking the gold light from coming down and being absorbed fully, so that if there's all this baggage here, then you're not getting the positivity that's coming down. It's getting distorted. So just melt away all that baggage that could be distorting your wisdom. All right, good enough. Good job, good job. Okay, so this is part 1. We'll do part 2 right after this. Surprise, surprise. But so clearing off your desk, I already talked about it, so there will be a section before the healing starts, its own chapter, so you can go back and listen to that if you want, if you missed it. But so clearing off your desk, I mean, it might be a good idea to do even on a physical level to clear off your work desk. But what we mean is your mental desk, which relates to your physical desk, of course, but it's more than that. So we're going to look at what your mental desk looks like and what do you have piled up there. Because if it's too full of junk, then it affects your productivity, it affects your focus and your mind and even your emotions and your outlook on your life. And certainly affects your sleep because you need to be able to like sort of let go and have closure on your day in order to fully relax enough to have the deepest, most restorative sleep. So it's going to be good to be able to clear off your desk. We're going to have a filing system, you know, whatever system works for you mentally and spiritually. We'll check your filing system, and that's part 2. So then we'll kind of bounce back and forth a little. But first, let's just look at your desk. So your mental desk for when you're awake, what does it look like? And you can even, you know, okay, like, so does it have a lot of piles on it, or is it, you know, free and clear and it's like a nice usable workspace? Maybe part of it's clear, part of it is full of piles. And you can just see, okay, what's the vibe on it? Is it sort of like a positive, uplifting vibe or for you, or is it, you know, full of shame and condemnation and judgment because you're not accomplishing enough? You know, what's the vibe on your desk? And if you back up and kind of get like a full view of your desk, like the bottom, like the legs on your desk and the top and everything, is it even your desk? Like, maybe someone who taught you how to study when you were growing up gave you a mental desk, you know, kind of put their image in your mind and you've been using their desk and so it just doesn't work for you. Or maybe it's something you made for yourself, but it just doesn't work for you now. So take a look at your desk as a whole. Does it work for you now? And if not, just, you know, explode that desk and make one that's brand new that you like. You know, it's just energy, so it's free. So you can make a really cool one. You know, whatever is cool for you. You know, if you like nature, you can, you know, make a naturey kind of themed desk, whatever. You know, and so then the desk overall is yours. You just remade it in a way that you like. And so then what about the surface, the working surface of the desk? Is it clear or is it full of piles? And go ahead and just run go light through everything that's on your desk. Maybe some of it's okay, but it could still use a little bit of healing. And if some of it's definitely not okay, you can tell like, oh my God, that's so my sibling, you know, or that's my ex that dumped all that there. Just blow up anything that's not you. And even if you have a project that you've been working for a while, in order to sleep, you want to have a level of closure and peace, you know? So Does what's on your desk allow you to have closure and peace enough for deep sleep? And if not, there's hope, because we're going to check out your filing system, your mental filing system, because then you can file stuff away. You don't have to keep it on your desk. So that'll be part 2. So part 2, oops. And we'll get back to the sleep one. We didn't do sleep one, but that's fine. We'll end up doing it. I guess we'll get rid of that one for now. So part 2 is the filing system. So what do I mean by file system? Well, like how you organize your mind, your projects, your goals, your plans, your ideas. If there's no organization that kind of works for your mind, it can just be all one big mess, and it can be hard for you to have a sense of progress, and it can be hard for you to prioritize things. It can feel like you're supposed to do everything simultaneously, which is impossible, of course. So having a way to organize your mind and your sort of work and productivity can really help, right? So just imagine, just on a spirit level, what's, for when you're awake, when you're trying to be productive or have a good day, what's your filing system look like? Maybe it just looks like a big pile of shame. Maybe your filing system looks like, a bunch of piles that your parent shoved in your mind, Maybe your filing system looks like, a bunch of piles of things that you cared about 10 years ago that you totally don't care about anymore. So what does your filing system look like? What's the vibe of it? Is it conducive to you being able to organize your goals, your plans, your ideas, and have closure, have low stress, have productivity, have deep sleep, right? So maybe there is some room for improvement in your mental organizing file system, right? So go ahead and just run gold light through it. And it could be that it's just so bad that you just need to blow it all up, and so there's not like a small tweak that's needed, which is fine. So, you could just melt it all down to nothing or blow it up. And just like how you make energy healing flowers, and you don't really think a lot about it, you just make them out of universal healing energy and poof, you made them, right? So you can do the same thing for your file system. You don't have to sit here for 20 minutes and you could just kind of be a capable eternal spirit that you are and just whoosh, make your own filing system. And you can use it, universal healing energy even to do it if you want. So just like you would make healing energy flowers, make a filing system for yourself for when you're awake and trying to be productive or trying to just have a good day, whatever that involves. It could involve some rest and some play as well, right? So whatever your mental filing system for when you're awake, right? So make a really nice one for yourself out of universal healing energy or out of your own healing energy if you want. And then just say, angels, can you check this and heal it for me to help it to be ideal for me? Because you want it for you. You don't want a filing system that someone else does. You want something custom to you because you are unique. Whether you own that or not, it's true. And what works best for your mind probably doesn't work best for everybody else. And that's okay. So there you go. Your angels just helped you tweak your own filing system for when you're awake. So you can just give that to yourself. You can go ahead and do it again if you want, make more filing systems for yourself to help you organize your mind and your thoughts and your ideas and your plans and your projects and things you want to do and things you're not sure you want to do, whatever, make a nice filing organization system for all that, right? And then say, angels, can you check this and help make it ideal for me? And I give it to yourself. Okay. And of course, you can change that whenever you want. You don't have to keep it for the rest of, you know, eternity. It's just what works for you today may not work for you a year from now. That's okay, right? Because it doesn't cost anything to make something new, and your angels are always around to help you. So easy peasy, right? So now you can check out your, you know, we did it in part 1, your desk. Check out your desk and your filing system, you know, where it's like a psychic mental filing system. So check out your desk and your filing system for when you're awake now, and how does it look? And is it a vibe that you like and you feel like, okay, yeah, this will help me to have a balanced, healthy day that has productivity, that has play, that has rest, so everything I need in it. You could say, angels, can you heal this for me? And you can make a nice big gold protective bubble around your desk, your mental desk, and your mental filing system. You can bring up, you know, all sorts of earth energy, red, orange, yellow, maybe some blue for your mind. Keep it yours. All right. So good job. So we'll do the same thing, but for when you're asleep. We'll do a different one. So or sleep. So when you're asleep on the astral, you also solve problems and organize things and think about things. Hopefully with your angels, so they can bring you to an astral location that is most conducive to that. So you want to be in an astral safe location, so you're not being harassed by family members or bosses or coworkers or something on the astral. You want to just have a place that your angels picked for you that's optimal for you, right? So check out your desk, you know, and again, this is a metaphorical mental desk. It could be a actual energy desk that you have on the astral. But just check it out. What does it look like? Is it even yours? You know, maybe it's from a parent or something and you inherited this desk. You know, and does this desk work for you? Is it optimal for you? And if not, you can just destroy it and make a brand new one. And again, you can just make it like energy healing flowers, real quick and easy. Just whatever desk works best for your mind when you're asleep, so that you can have your play and your productivity in your sleep and be angel protected and all that good stuff. Right? And what's your filing system look like, or vibe like, or both, when you're asleep? Like, so your ability to organize goals, ideas, plans, projects, kind of figure out where you're at, maybe work on some of them in your sleep. What does that filing system look like? You just imagine, what does it look like? Does it look like, you know, a bunch of garbage bags? Does it look like a big, you know, pile of mud? Does it look, you know, nice and like a really nice vibe that you would like, you know? And if you don't like your filing system for when you're on the astral in your sleep, just destroy it. And just like you would make energy healing flowers real quick and easy, just go ahead and make yourself a new filing system for when you're asleep on the astral, you know, to help you organize your thoughts and ideas and plans and goals. And you say, angels, can you help me customize this so it's the best filing system that I can have for my mind when I'm asleep? And then just give that to yourself. And you can look at the location of your new desk, your new sleep desk for when you're on the astral, and your new astral filing system, and look at the location. Like, is it on a safe astral location? And is it sort of in the ideal astral location for you? And if not, just say, angels, can you help me move this to the best place on the astral for me? All right, good job, good job, good job. So that's that. You cleaned off your desk. and you maybe gave yourself a new desk and you redid your filing system for your mind. So your ability to organize ideas and projects and plans. Good job, good job. Okay, so your GV meridian and your CV meridian are super important. They're it's traditional Chinese medicine terms. They are two of the extraordinary meridians of traditional Chinese medicine. So they're not like the 12 regular ones. They're special ones, more special than the regular special ones. So the GV meridian, governing vessel meridian, starts in the crotch, goes straight up the midline of the back, hooks around, and ends roughly in the roof of the mouth. So it's like like a candy cane, going up and around, right? It goes up and around, roughly in the roof of the mouth. So easy peasy, straight up and over, right? Conception vessel, CV, is even easier. Starts in the crotch, goes straight up roughly to the tip of the tongue, right? So straight line again, easy peasy, upward. CV, conception vessel meridian, also called the Ren meridian in Chinese, but CV, conception vessel, is what I use for it, what I call it, and a lot of people call it. But anyway, that helps to manage all your yin meridians. So this one helps to manage all your yang meridians, and this one helps to manage all your yin meridians. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. You know, you help these meridians, you're helping all the 12 regular meridians of your physical body. So it does a lot to work these two meridians, right? And each one of these meridians, the CV and the GV, and all the 12 meridians, they have their own WEI CHI aura, like a designated WEI CHI aura that bathes them in gold light continually if all is repaired and functioning properly. So we just want to make sure, that that's happening, right? So first, let's just do basic GV CV repair. So like I said, GV, governing vessel, that's the one that hooks around, you know, like a candy cane. So it goes straight up the midline of the back and hooks around, ends in the roof of the mouth, right? So that's GV. And that one helps you be assertive, manage all your yang meridians. So I'm going to use gold light. All these meridians, you want to ideally have them be like a red flowy tube. So the tube is flowy and there's a river of your flowing life force within that tube. So, but you know, they can have leaks, they can have blocks that are like black or white. But you know, use gold light to heal them. So CV is the one that goes straight up the front, easy peasy, right? And just lots of gold light. You want to unblock the first point of each of them in the crotch area so that it's like the river from wherever they're supposed to come. The energy comes from, you know, somewhere internally and it goes into those points, GV1 and CV1. And then it goes upward and GV goes over. And just check it out. Use lots of gold light. You don't want any rips or leaks. You don't want any blocks. And your intention is to do what's healthy and gentle to do right now, right? And, you know, in the survey, somebody said, you know, I feel kind of vulnerable or like victim-y. So, you know, that would be a nice, interesting time to check out CV and GV meridians. You know, CV, the one going up the front, is, you know, to manage your yin meridians. So, you know, yin can be like vulnerability, but if you feel like vulnerable in a negative sense, you know, maybe your CV meridian isn't strong enough. Maybe it's too depleted, so it's not supporting the other yin meridians properly. Or maybe your yang meridian is just not strong enough, so you don't feel like you're being protected enough. So when in doubt, you can check GV and CV. Anyway, just lots of gold light. You want to be comforted. You want to feel like you can protect yourself, you know, so that you don't have to be like strong, strong, strong all the time, that you're so one-dimensional. You know, you can have vulnerability, you can have sensitivity, you can have intuition, right? But then you can also protect yourself. You can also be bold. And these points do a lot more than just that. I'm just kind of generalizing. Like the so the gray line, it's gray here, going up the midline, so that's CV meridian, right? Conception vessel meridian, and that's the final point there, right? Just under the lip. And so CV 23 is right here, like right before your you know, the bottom of your chin right there. So CV 23 is right there, and that helps your throat a lot. So CV meridian, you know, all those points, and GV meridian, all those points, they do much more than just, you know, help you with yin and yang. Yeah. So anyway, you have throat issues, you can do extra on CV 23. Just help it to expand. So all those energy centers, they're chakras. So this is the basic shape, right? And they keep the energy flowing within the meridian. So just relax the chakra enough so it's nice and wide and flowy and unblocked. Some of the GV points. Oh, what's a good image to show that? Maybe there, like all that, you know, that gray line going up the midline of the back, that's GV meridian. So all those dots on the GV meridian, those are acupuncture, little shock. So the energy needs to flow up this GV meridian through all the little chakras. GV 20 is in the top of your head, right where, you know, GV meridian like comes around. So that actually, at that moment of the top of your head, it's oriented this way, the GV 20 chakra. It's way smaller than this though. But you can just imagine that GV 20 chakra right there, and just, if there are any hard objects stuck in it, just pop those out, repair it. Unblock your GV 20 chakra. GV 20 in the top of your head, part of the governing vessel meridian. All right, so that is those meridians, right? GV and CV meridians. But now we can do the WEI CHI auras that go with them, because that makes a big difference. So say the CV meridian, right? The one that goes straight up the front, helps with yin meridians. It has its own WEI CHI aura that goes all around you, right? Big gold force field. So the CV meridian WEI CHI aura, that one WEI CHI aura, right? So it should have the innermost gold mesh sphere, middle sphere, outermost sphere, and they should be working to generate gold light to send it into that, to fill up this aura and send it to the conception vessel meridian, right? So that may not be happening because you may have big, you know, flat energy blocks kind of deflecting the energy, so that the WEI CHI aura can't send the energy to the CV meridian. So you want to melt away any hard plates of energy that are messing with the gold light coming and being absorbed by the CV meridian. You want the WEI CHI AURA of the CV meridian to be able to nourish that CV meridian fully all the time. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in this WEI CHI AURA, can you please recycle them? Or any invasive beings messing with the CV meridian, can you recycle them? So again, you may have hard plates of energy somewhere along there blocking, deflecting the gold light from coming in and being absorbed by the CV meridian. So just check that out and find those hard plates of energy and melt them away. If there are any invasive beings in the way, you can say, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings? And just melt the plates of energy. If you feel like, okay, your CV meridian often gets shut down, then overall you need to get these WEI CHI, the gold mesh spheres of this WEI CHI aura to generate a lot more gold light. So that there's just a really big protective force field always helping the CV meridian. All right, so good enough for now. We want to do what's healthy and gentle to do each time, right? So then we'll do the same thing. That was CV. So that was CV. So then now we will do GV. So now GV, meridian, WEI CHI aura. So again, GV meridian, that's the one that, you know, goes up the midline of the back, starts in the crotch, goes up the midline of the back, straight up, and ends in the roof of the mouth, right? So just check the WEI CHI aura out, the one WEI CHI aura that's supposed to protect that meridian and bathe it in lots of gold light. And just check, you may have, maybe the gold mesh spheres aren't generating enough, or maybe in one part they're just all like burnt out. Maybe this WEI CHI aura has some damage that we weren't able to repair earlier, in which case just, you know, wash out any burnt parts so that the whole thing can grow back. You want every little inch of this GV meridian to be bathed in gold light from the WEI CHI aura, just constantly. So, but there could be like sort of deflective blocks that block that from happening. So hold those blocks. So when it comes over the top of your head, you can have blocks there. So that part isn't being bathed in gold light. You can just imagine those blocks if there are any, and just say, angels, can you recycle any beings hooked into this stuff? And then just blow up all the blocks or melt them with gold light. You can notice if there's like a certain parent or X or something hooked into all those blocks, and just melt them away. Melt the blocks. You want the governing vessel WEI CHI aura to continually bathe your governing vessel meridian with gold light. Every inch of it. You bathe in gold light all the time. And protected. But if you feel like, oh yeah, this aura gets punished a lot, it gets ripped up a lot, well, that wouldn't be happening if it was unblocked enough. So just find the blocks that are making this aura too weak and inflexible, and just melt those blocks. All right. So good enough for now. Okay, good job, good job, good job. We celebrate that one. That was kind of a big deal. Good job. You're a rock star. Woohoo! Okay, so clearing self-validation baggage. This will be easy and quick. But you know how like I'm always like doing like confetti and being like, yay, good job, guys, great job, woohoo, you know, let's celebrate with butterflies, you're amazing, oh my God, right? So that's validation, to be able to like pat yourself on the back and be like, oh, that was good, I did that, yay, good for me, you know? That's a helpful thing. If you don't have that, or worse, if you're just always self-critical, then it can slow down your productivity and, of course, sour your mood. And it can also affect your sleep because it can make you like restless, like you don't feel like you have closure or that you've accomplished anything. So self-validation is sort of just a part of positive self-talk and self-love and self-care, to be able to frame things in a constructive and positive way. Doesn't mean that you're just blatantly in denial, you know, but you want to be able to be encouraging and help your own motivation, right? So let's clear any baggage that could be in the way of you being able to self-validate. Okay. So let's do it. All right, so you can do it however you want. You can make a big gold blanket out in front of you, or big gold dumpsters, or gold boxes, or just make piles without the containers. But just put out in front of you any baggage that makes it hard for you to self-validate, makes it hard for you to recognize actual progress that you are making. Even if it's small progress, if you can recognize it and validate it and maybe consider how you were able to make that progress, that can be very useful information and inspiring, right? So put out in front of you any baggage you have. You don't have to know what it is. Just put it out there. Any baggage, conscious or subconscious, from this life or past lives, or maybe it's just somebody else's dumped energy in your space. Any junk in the way of you being able to self-validate in a healthy, constructive way, right? And just say, angels, can you double check and make sure all this is healthy and gentle for me to clear right now? That way your angels will check it out. And anything that's too much to clear right now, they'll remove it and keep it for later. Okay. And so then that means that everything that's still out there is healthy and gentle for you to clear right now. So you could blow it all up in some gorgeous fireworks, or just, you know, burn it with gold fire or melt it with gold light, and just keep melting it until it's all gone. You can notice maybe some of this baggage is from past lives, you know, because a lot of people never work this stuff. So you just bring the baggage forward again and again and again. So better late than never. You can clear it now. Right? And if any of it hasn't cleared yet, just gather it up with some gold light and give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with this? Okay, so we'll do that one more time. Just put out in front of you any baggage that you have. Don't have to worry about what chakra it's from, or if it's from the back of your aura, in the front of your aura, and the grounding, whatever. But any energy in your space, whether it's yours or somebody else's, that makes it really hard or harder for you to validate yourself, validate your progress, and kind of, inspire yourself, right? And so just put all that out in front of you and say, angels, can you double check and make sure all this is healthy and gentle for me to clear right now? And then go ahead, now that it's been double checked, everything that is in front of you is healthy and gentle, so just blow it up. Or melt it with gold light, or burn it down with gold fire. You want to fully destroy all this baggage, so it's all gone. Okay, and if there's any left over, just give it to your angels. Say, angels, can you help me with this? Okay, and so then we'll just do a little bit of flower healing. To kind of get you in that vein, like, yay, good job. I can do it. Change is possible. Because that's, sometimes more than half of the battle is to just even believe that you can change. If you can just hold that, have that understanding, that truth, that you can change, then that's a really big step forward. Okay, so you can make energy healing flowers out of universal healing energy. They could be gold light, rainbow colors, or both. You don't have to really think about it. And just whatever vibration of healing energy will be good for you to feel nourished and safe enough to be productive. Nourished and safe enough to validate your progress. Nourished and safe enough so that you can have a good night's sleep. So you can have deeper sleep, right? So whatever self-validation that you need. And then just say, angels, can you double check these flowers? That way they'll help fine tune them for you. And then give them to yourself. Okay, one more time. Make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers for yourself, whatever vibration that you need, so that you can be more and more self-validating. You can have healthy, constructive thoughts, healthy, constructive perspective and outlook. You can learn more and more to motivate yourself in a healthy way. Right? And say, angels, can you check my flowers? And then give them to yourself. Nice deep breaths. All right. So now you can say to yourself, good job. All right. Woo. Yay. Good job. Good job. Good job. All righty. Okay, so let's wrap up. And so first we'll do the thing I wrote second there, the melt cords to backlash people. That's what B stands for, backlash. So imagine yourself and imagine far away from you, like all in a row if you want, just all the people that could possibly be backlash people to you, meaning people that might throw energy at you just because you're growing and they're triggered by that or whatever. And you don't have to know who those people are. Some of them could be neighbors, former friends, relatives, siblings, bosses, who cares, right? Don't do anything to them, and just imagine you and them, and just check for cords in between you and them, and just use gold light in and around your space only, and melt any cords in between you and those people. Because you want to be able to grow as much as you need, and heal as much as you need, and play when you want to, and work when you want to, right? But you don't, ideally, it would be nice not to get backlash from other people, right? So if you're not corded to them, it's going to be easier for them to ignore you. and ignore what you're doing, even if it triggers them. So you'd have less likelihood of backlash if you make sure to melt cords in between you and them. So like say you have someone in your workplace and you think they're mad at you and that's triggering for you, you may actually be courting them, trying to get them to like you and cheer up and not be so angry. But generally that backfires and then they find you even more irritating because you're courting them, right? So it doesn't mean you're a bad person if you court somebody, but it is counterproductive generally. So, I mean, unless you're like flirting and there's like a sexual thing going on. But most of the time, that's not that's happening, right? So just imagine you and all the backlash people just, gold light in and around your space and melt cords. Doesn't matter who started them, and you may have started them yourself, and just melt all those cords so that you can do your thing, they can do their thing, and it's just less likely that people are going to get triggered. All right. Great. So that's melting cores to your backlash people. So now we're going to just clear STEBs. STEBs stands for stubborn triggered energy blocks, STEBs. And they're just blocks that are still triggered, maybe because of something I said during the live stream, some topic that I brought up, or some email that you got earlier today, or something your sibling said to you on the astral last night, whatever, right? You don't have to know why. To just put out in front of you all the energy blocks that are still triggered, even though we've done so much clearing already. So that's why they're stubborn. Just pile them up. You say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? So that way they'll get rid of stuff that's too much. And so everything there is good, fair game to clear then now after your angels have checked. So just gold light, you can bring up red earth energy, gold light, melt cores to other people from this pile. Melt yourself out of the pile. And just melt these blocks. You can blow them up too if that's more fun for you. All right, let's do that one more time. Put all your STEBs out in front of you. Anything that's still triggered. And just red earth energy from the core of the earth. Soak it in red earth energy. Lots of gold light. Wash yourself out of the pile. Wash everyone else out of the pile. You can blow up the pile or just melt it all away. And if anything is left over, you can just hand it to your angels and say, angels, can you help me with this? Okay. So then just run gold light through all your auras, through your physical body and your astral body, through your groundings. Unblock everything. Make sure your grounding is nice and wide, even in the back, and flowing. Unblock your grounding with gold light from your hands. You can redo your gold buffer zones. I forgot to mention that earlier. And I have a video, gold buffer zones, if you need to know about those. All right, so as we wrap up, say, angels, can you please help me wrap up this healing? Angels, can you please help me with my productivity? Angels, can you please help me to have really, really, really good sleep? And can you help me to feel good when I wake up? All righty. Good job. That's a healing. Woohoo! Yay! Good for you. All righty. So, that's it for the healing. So I'm just going to stretch for a minute, which you could do too, because, if you've been sitting for a while, it's always good to get up and stretch a little bit. My chiropractor says like every half hour, ideally get up and do something physical. So somebody told me this expression, sitting is the new smoking. It's like, people sitting for hours and hours on end. It's like so unhealthy, but people don't quite realize it yet. So food for thought. So yeah, I'm going to get up for a second and do some stretching, and then I will read chat comments. If you want to comment on how the healing was for you, or if you have a follow-up question on one of the themes, productivity or quality of sleep. I don't promise that I will get through all of them. If I don't get through your comment and read it, you could repost it under the video, and I would later, when I have time, post a reply. Okay, so now I'm going to stretch for a minute, and then I will read the chat comments. Okay. So I'm looking for the chat comments that I haven't read yet. Alrighty. Someone says, hi, BooBoo Kitty. Yes. I was wondering, could you hear her? She was meowing like during some parts of the healing, but I was assuming you couldn't hear her because my microphone is so directional and specific, but let me know if you could hear BooBoo Kitty during the healing. She was meowing. She's not meowing right now, but she was. Someone says hello from sunny Elkhart, Indiana in the US. Well, hello to you. I'm glad it's sunny there. That's nice. It's sunny right now here. We call it sun pocket. It'll be like, cloudy for like large parts of the day, but then it'll be really sunny. So we're like, sun pocket. Like, quick, hurry, notice that it's sunny before it's gone. Someone says hi from Brisbane, Australia. Hello to you. 24 Celsius, which is in Fahrenheit roughly, let's see, 24 Celsius. That's nice. That's like maybe 75, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. That's nice. I would take that. I would totally take that. That'd be great for November. Someone says hello from Lake Worth Beach, Florida in the US. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew. And windy, like 10 miles an hour. Sounds pleasant. Someone says, thank you so much, Janet. Productivity helped by these healings. Do angels have advice about the timing of growing my business and reducing my time in the clinic? Yeah, so working for yourself versus working in a clinic with others. They think you're on track. They think, slow, gradual, slow and steady is the phrases that I'm hearing. So I like it. They think you could look up like abundance. If you look up like on YouTube, Janet Wright Abundance Garden or Janet Wright Abundance Tree. One time I did it as a tree. They kind of like that too. But you could freestyle it too, but just kind of work your abundance. That might help the growing of the working for yourself part. Well, actually, it might help your abundance for both. So yeah, you could work that abundance garden or abundance tree exercises. Where you visualize a garden that represents your abundance and you wash everybody out of it and you make sure it works for you and you heal it and stuff like that. Someone says hello from Los Angeles. Hello to you. Welcome, welcome. Someone says my sleep was amazing last night and I woke up right on time. Really cool. Good. Yeah, I think what helped, what made the difference, you were not the only person that had especially good sleep last night, like wow level good sleep for them. And for those people, I noticed it was actually good karma window work that we did that helped the most. It seemed to be. One well, for you also, it was the relax your body stuff that we did. Like it was like physical body to be able to make sure it releases enough and can receive enough. So for you is maybe 30% the relax your body work that we did 2 days ago. The like, can your body breathe is how I called it at the time. Because especially like first and second layer unblocking, because a lot of times your first and second layer doesn't breathe enough. And then you're just like, well, I always have anxiety, you know, you like just kind of take it for granted. But, you know, so we especially unblock first and second layers as well of your physical body aura, just to make sure your body can really let go properly. But anyway, so it's 30% that, but then the 70% benefit to your sleep was the 7th and 3rd good karma window work that we did. Which we repeated today. We did all the good karma windows plus 7, 5, 3, and 1 good karma windows. So good. I'm glad that your sleep benefited. That's neat. That is really cool. I agree. It is really cool. Someone says my sleep was good yesterday. Slept late around 3 a.m. but woke up at 9 a.m., which was amazing. Like I got over my jet lag. Oh, very nice. Still drowsy through the day though. Yeah. So you could, you know, third good karma window. You could work that more. First good karma window. You could really do the ones we did it today, 7, 5, 3, and 1 good karma windows. You especially look for stuff from your dad or your mom, or not so much your sister, but your dad and your mom in your good karma windows. Like your dad tends to put like white stuff, like it looks like sort of like frosty snowflakes devices, you know, but they look like white and frosty. They look like almost like snowflakes in your good karma windows. He does that to your sister also, actually. And your mom. So anyway, you can get rid of those. You did clear a lot during the healing, but those white frosty things are still there from your dad. So, but you can clear those out of your good karma windows. Someone says, ooh, that desk clearing exercise triggered me. Interesting. Yeah. Well, hopefully the STEBs work that we did at the end, clear STEBs, got you untriggered again. Helps you to clear the triggers. Someone says, thank you, Janet. Loved the clean off your desk work and relax your body work. I feel this in my body physically. Super cool. Good. What's the best thing to work on so that I can wake up better in the morning? Thanks. You know, I was wondering, because you mentioned that in your survey, how you didn't feel good when you woke up. I was wondering, do you sleep with an alarm? Because if you sleep with an alarm, you know, sleep cycles are funny. And like, there's like, you could read about sleep cycles, because I know like this much about sleep cycles, you know, like enough from like reading a 10-minute article, you know, sleep cycles. But like there are different levels of sleep cycles, and like there's REM, like there's light sleep and medium sleep and REM sleep, and then I think there's one even deeper than that. And so if you get woken up during one of your deeper sleep cycles, then you're gonna feel kind of messed up. But that's the reason. It's not like you just got whacked by your dad on the astral or some kind of a complex thing. It's just like you woke up during a sleep cycle, you know. So that's why if you're able to wake up on your own, then you're not going to wake up, you know, you're not going to be like yanked out of a deep sleep cycle all of a sudden. Obviously, if you work, you know, in an office setting or something, waking up on your own may be not something you're able to do. But I think like, you know, like somebody mentioned at one point, you know, having like some kind of a gradual alarm. I think for them, they used a light. It was like a light that got brighter and brighter. And so that like, it kind of brings you out of whatever sleep cycle you're in gradually. So it's not like, bam, wake up, you know, because, you know, if you're in one of the lighter sleep cycles, the bam, wake up moment with your alarm might not be a big deal. But if you happen to be in a deeper sleep cycle, it's like, you know, you kind of don't know where you are and you're kind of like, whoa, what just happened? you know. So I think that's part of what's going on with the whole waking up thing. But you know, so maybe like more of a gradual alarm that you could look into, like some kind of a thing that gets louder and louder or brighter and brighter, you know, so that initially you're not woken up like bam right away, you know, it's like within a certain time period. But, you know, if you sleep with somebody else, you know, I'm not sure if that's going to work, you know, if you wake up earlier than they do, you know, so you might have to think that out. But anyway, you can think about like, you can maybe intuitively think of like, well, how much sleep do I need to not be able to wake up in the middle of a sleep cycle, a deeper sleep cycle, you know, so you can, you know, maybe it's not an instant fix, but you can think about that. Wake up better in the morning. Yeah, so I think it is like a sleep cycle kind of a thing. Someone says, hello, Janet. Really enjoyed this healing and thank you again, as always. Do my angels have any messages for things I need to work on? I feel like I've been running in circles. I would say that a couple of things from today's healing, that 7th to 8th chakra connection repair, you could keep doing that because again, that's like a calming big picture perspective. So that would help to counteract some of that frenetic, you know, hamster wheel thing. Another thing I was noticing with you, you're the thing we did with the GV and CV meridians and the GV and CV WEI CHI auras, you could repeat that even like a couple times over a week or something, just because you could freestyle it. You don't have to follow along with the guided thing if you prefer freestyling. But you know, because it would help your yang feel protected and your yin feel protected, you know, and it would kind of help. Because I think sometimes when you get like a lot of the negative self-talk and, you know, things are really intense and overwhelming, your CV meridian and CV WEI CHI aura just are not safe enough. Like there's damage to the CV WEI CHI aura, and the CV meridian itself just gets like really clogged and stagnant. And then the GV meridian gets like leaky. So I think that could be a nice way to, you know, just proactively kind of work that over a week, just to see how that helps you support your you know, you're feeling stable and supported and safe and, you know, like comfortable. So yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest thing from today's, but also the 7th to 8th repair work. The 7th to 8th repair work is its own little quick video already in the short video playlist. The CV and GV meridian with WEI CHI auras, I may make it into a short video, but obviously right now it's not. But within a day, it'll be its own chapter in this video. CV and GV meridians and WEI CHI auras. Alrighty, hope that helps. So yeah, you haven't actually been running in circles, but yeah, it just looks like when you feel overwhelmed, that's the sense that you get. But you do move forward. It's just when you're overwhelmed, it's almost like you're in a windstorm, and so each step takes a lot of effort forward, but you're still moving forward. It's harder than it should be. So yeah, try the CV and GV stuff if that helps you to feel safer and makes it easier to move forward. Someone says, wow, I slept well. I made it to the first 15 minutes. Just woke up now hearing you. Melting chords to backlash people. I don't understand my falling asleep. Sorry. I think you mean that you were listening to the live stream in the first 15 minutes and then you fell asleep for most of it after that. So you definitely don't have to apologize for that. I guess maybe you're asking about why you fell asleep, but it seems like your angels just feel like you really needed this healing and that you'd receive it more deeply asleep. And then, because they know you can always redo it consciously with the video. But yeah, they like this one a lot for you, especially the good karma window work. And the 7th to 8th repair work too, though. They like that a lot for you too. I mean, they like the whole thing for you. But if they had to pick favorites, it would be the good karma window work, detailed work, and then the 7th to 8th repair work. But yeah, they definitely like the whole thing for you, which is probably why they just made you fall asleep and receive it while you were asleep. Someone says, when... I lost my place. Take me a sec to find it. Okay. When you're flirting with someone, what exactly are you courting? Is it blocks or something else? Okay, so consensual courting, like, two adults just sort of, flirting with each other. What are they courting? Heart chakra, second chakra, kundalini chakra, maybe. Probably the chakras, probably not, baggage. It's, consensual, mutual stuff. So it's chakra courting. Fun. Fun stuff. But, it's temporary. Then you eventually wash the person out and you have your own energy. And then, because it's what's there's some song that says, how can I miss you if you never go away? So or like absence makes the heart grow fonder. So there's some part of that where you would actually not have the cords. You wash the person out and you have your own energy fully and everything. And, so that you know who you are without that person as well, and then you guys can long for each other because you don't have the connection, and then you make it again and you flirt some more and, whatever you do. And, and then you uncord. Yeah. Those would be probably the most likely chakras that someone would cord during adult sexual flirting. 4, 2, and kundalini chakra. Someone says, thank you, Janet. Good techniques today. You are welcome. Someone says, I had the hardest time falling asleep last night. Oh, same person. Yeah, just a couple beings. One thing you could do, I actually had trouble falling back asleep last night, which is not usual for me unless I've had caffeine. And it's like, I shouldn't have had that caffeine. Even if I have like decaf, it's so... I'm about to be a victim about this. Well, poor me. I can't have caffeine. It's so unfair. All right, forget that. But anyway, I didn't have caffeine yesterday that I know of. So that was kind of baffling, but it turned out just to be some beings, like an energy attack thing. But if you're not in the mood to like find every goddamn little being everywhere that's messing with your sleep, you can just imagine something simple like one river that represents all your energy flow in everywhere, your everything, and just see on the river, are there any like, annoying little tidal wave, tornado thingies, because those are invasive beings that are just like stirring you up too much that you can't sleep. And then just look for all of them and just get them all recycled and just keep checking your river. You want a nice, calm, continual flow, you know, especially if you're trying to sleep, you know. And so just check and see where the troublemakers are and just recycle them all. And, you know, if a person is in your river or courting your river, just melt that all away, you know, so you could just be yourself and have your tranquility on a body level and on a spirit level. I don't think it was your ex. I think it was just a bunch of beings that you had picked up somewhere. Oh, yeah. Looks like you eventually cleared them. This is thank you, Janet. I am starting to feel a shift on the yuckiness I had going on and feeling optimistic. That's nice. Wondering what helped and if I'm moving forward on my path. Thank you. I think if I had to pick one thing that helped the most, I would say if I picked one thing that helped the most for you, it would be the GV CV part that we did. It was, and then maybe the second thing that helped would be the thing we did right after it, I think, which was clear self-validation baggage. But the GV-CV work that we did, because we did the GV and CV meridians, but we also did the WEI CHI auras that are supposed to nourish and protect the GV and CV meridians continually. And yours were pretty blocked and not generating enough energy. So then now they're only half blocked and generating a lot more gold light. So then your GV, your CV meridians are being more nourished and strengthened much more than they were. And that kind of it has a nice ripple effect on all your regular meridians, because the GV supports all the yang meridians and the CV supports all the yin meridians. So it's like there's a nice big chain reaction. So you could ideally, if you could keep repeating that section or just freestyle it on your own. GV, CV, and then the WEI CHI aura that's supposed to nourish the GV meridian, and then the WEI CHI aura that's supposed to nourish the CV meridian. Just with your intention, you say, okay, well, this is a copy of the one that's supposed to support my CV meridian, and just, you know, and just check, is the gold light, you know, getting absorbed, or is there too many energy blocks? So it just kind of ricochets out and doesn't help the meridian. Are you moving forward on your path? Yeah. You were before. It was just like a zigzaggy line forward. Sometimes you get kind of resistant, you know, so you could clear resistance. But yeah, the GV-CV stuff, you could just repeat that. Someone says that you're writing about your mother, that she fell asleep too because she got the healing. Well, that's good. Yeah, she was one of my sample people that she needed 7th to 8th connection repair work. I mean, a lot of people did, but I thought, oh, that would be especially interesting to do it with her. So, cool. Someone says also, how many chakras am I in today? Well, today, I mean, it's not a constant for a lot of people, especially if you get the healing, then you're in more now than you were, say, before the healing. But so today's Tuesday, so like an hour after you woke up, you were in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and now you're in all your chakras actually at the moment. There's that. So I didn't hear BooBoo Kitty in the background. Oh, you did not. Your fun purple microphone didn't pick it up. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, it's this directional microphone that doesn't like get all the ambient sound, which in general is good because, you know, he'll be walking around or something, but sometimes it's nice to hear little cat meows and stuff. but you don't get them with this microphone. Someone says, any homework for me? Hello to you. Hello, hello. Sure, why not? The two things from today that your angels are most interested in is the good karma window work that we did. We did detailed good karma window work on 7th, 5th, 3rd, and 1st good karma windows. So your angels would love for you to repeat that, and they think that's you could really kind of geek out in a productive way on that. Like look for certain people's devices in your affecting your windows. Like specifically your mom and some relative that's especially kind of like a busybody relative, nosy relative. Like somebody who's opinionated about your life decisions. Just look for their little pieces of energy in those good karma windows and remove it. But then also when we did this section called clear off your desk, talking about like your mental desk and clearing it off, and the file system. The part 2 of that was, to kind of redo your file system so that it works for you as much as possible. And the file system, it's kind of like a mind thing, how you organize your goals, your plans, your ideas, your thoughts. That part of it, the file system of your mind, your angels think you could get a lot of mileage out of that too. Also, you could look at like when you're the part of you that's on your spiritual path moving forward, like look at that part of you and check for burdens that you're carrying for family members, specifically like brothers of yours, and just like lift off burdens off your shoulders that are copies of burdens from one or more of your brothers, and just give them to the angels, because it doesn't help your brothers if you're carrying a copy of their burden. It may actually make it harder for them. So just get off of your shoulders burdens from other family members, specifically brothers of yours. Hope that helps. So this is, thank you, Janet. Loved the clear desk clearing. Presence is my major goal. I meditated this morning, and by noon I was out of 321. I see now that my mom was in my space, but I couldn't read then. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to read after the fact, but still reading after the fact is good, because then you still learn. So, don't beat yourself up about that. Being able to read after the fact, like, okay, so what happened to me? Like whenever you get clarity on it, if it's a day later or an hour later, it's still really helpful, because after a while you just kind of learn, like, and then you eventually remember in the moment, oh yeah, or you can make yourself a note, like you could set an alarm on your phone that says check for chakra, or whatever. Yeah, sometimes people, have a relative that'll get more in those front biker shorts points. So that could be a nice thing to, just fast double check, knock your mom out of your front biker shorts points and the auras in front of there. Your mom and your mother-in-law out of your front biker shorts points. That could be a nice thing to just proactively to do, like every 2 hours if you want. You don't have to if you're busy, but whenever you have time, seems like that would be a good proactive thing. Hope that helps. Yay, biker shorts points. Someone says, I sleep with an alarm and then use a sun lamp per my sleep therapist. She noted that I was waking up during my REM cycle before, so that must still be happening. I have to start work at 9 and want to sleep until 10 a.m. naturally. Yeah. So you may have to adjust when you go to sleep, so that the cycles, you're not like smacking yourself in the face by yanking yourself up at the wrong time. Or yeah. But yeah, that's what it looked like to me when you said that about like I woke up feeling really weird, you know. It was like you just got yanked up at the wrong time during your sleep cycle, during a deeper sleep cycle. Because I guess the length of sleep cycles can vary, and part of that can be too like your body. I mean, I am not an expert in sleep cycles. Okay, caveat, you know, take with a grain of salt. You know, ask your angels, meditate on it yourself for clarity, you know. But the whole relaxing your body can change the length of your, I think it can change the length of your sleep cycles, you know, because part of it is your body needs to like wind down and relax and tune out external noises and like fall into deeper sleeps states, you know. And so it's not a set amount of time always. So if you are clearing fear and clearing people out of your space, there could be a night where you just fall deeper faster. And so the time of each sleep cycle might be different than it is at other times. So I don't know when you last got, you know, it sounds like you went to a sleep clinic or something and got it all measured out, and you know, maybe it's different now because your body's more relaxed than it was or less or whatever, you know. So I guess just use your intuition, ask your angels to help you figure out a solution. Yeah. Someone says, hi, Janet. I feel super panicky after the healing. Keep working first layer and rad blocks. Are those beings or someone messing with my space? Thank you. If you look at, like, I mentioned to somebody else, like if you can't sleep and you're just like, you're not in the mood for detailed reading and you're like, you know, already kind of pissed because you can't sleep, you know, you can view all your energy as like just one flowing river. And then if there's anything kind of irritate, you know, any being irritating you, you can see it like a, you know, like a little whirlpool or a little, you know, tornado or something. And just look, you know, have one river representing your body and your spirit, and just, you know, wash everybody out, make sure nobody else's river is hooked into your river. And then, you know, get rid of the tornado beings and the whirlpool beings, you know, in it. So, I think it's, you know, two things. Your daughter and your mom are hooked into your river, you know, so just, you know, melt them out and wash them out of your river, and, you know, maybe make like a nice gold force field all around your river, so it's not so easy for them to plug in. And then, you know, get rid of all the little tornado beings, you know, and see how that works. There, if I look at your WEI CHI auras, it looks like one or two of them. It's not GV and CV because they just got worked on. I'm gonna get I have it written out, you know, all the meridians like straight, and that could be easier for me to look. So I'll be right back. So if you look at a list of all the regular 12 meridians, which, you know, you can, there's like a 12 meridian playlist. You could get the list from there, but I'll type them out here if I can fit it. I don't know if I can fit it. It fit. That's nice. Okay, so lung, large intestine, stomach, spleen, heart, small intestine, urinary bladder meridian, kidney meridian, pericardium meridian, Sanjiao meridian, gallbladder meridian, liver meridian. Okay, and that's not including, you know, governing vessel meridian and CV and GV meridian, which we did already. So if you just like look at the list of meridians in the order of flow, I mean, you don't have to look at them in order of flow, but it just, I don't know, it's kind of cool that way. You can look at like, okay, well, are there particular WEI CHI auras of yours that are weaker? You know, maybe they're even damaged, or maybe they're just blocked a lot. So your lung meridian WEI CHI aura is okay. Large intestine, okay. Stomach, nah. Your stomach one looks a little beat up. So you could kind of circle that one, you know, stomach, and, you know, do that a little, you know, the WEI CHI aura for the stomach meridian. The stomach meridian, it goes like, it's pretty cool. It goes like that. It's the green one in the diagram. It goes down. One of the tummy meridians goes through the tummy area. But anyway, so stomach meridian WEI CHI aura could use a little help. Spleen meridian WEI CHI aura, that's all right. Heart meridian WEI CHI aura. Yeah, the heart meridian WEI CHI aura could use some help. You could circle that one, heart meridian. Small intestine, it's all right. Good enough, I guess. Urinary bladder meridian WEI CHI aura is good enough. Kidney meridian WEI CHI aura is good enough. Pericardium meridian WEI CHI aura, you could work on that one. Pericardium meridian, you could circle that one. Sanjiao meridian WEI CHI aura, it's good enough. Gallbladder meridian WEI CHI aura, that one you could do some work on. And then liver meridian WEI CHI aura, that's good enough. So I don't remember all of them. It was stomach, heart, pericardium, and gallbladder, I think, is the ones that we picked out. Fun fact about the heart meridian and the pericardium meridian, I guess those two, they support each other. Like the pericardium meridian with the PC right there, PC, pericardium meridian, that protects the heart meridian. So it's kind of this interesting relationship. If you just Google, you know, what's the function of the pericardium meridian, and then what's the function of the heart meridian, you know, you can kind of learn a little more if you want. But I would say, you know, if you heal the heart meridian, definitely heal the pericardium meridian as well, or, you know, heal the pericardium WEI CHI aura for sure, you know, because that one is supposed to protect the heart one. So they're both like, they start around here. But anyway, you can look up those ones if you want. But you could just imagine, you don't really have to if you're just wanting to do quick, you know, just imagine the WEI CHI auras that need repair most. You could do that too. You don't even have to do them individually if you're short on time. Just, okay, what are my worst WEI CHI auras? Let me only imagine those. And then, you know, comb through and repair and unblock just those. That could be an easier way to do it. Of course, the easier way is not one that comes to mind first for me. To the chagrin of many of my students. Oh well. Hope that helps. Someone says, how am I doing with releasing hate I have for everything in general, including my neighbor? I have been working on that quite a bit. Well, good for you. You are making progress with it. I would just point out, in case it helps, that when your dad's in your space, that tends to really rev up your hatred. It's like if I look at when your mom's in your space, you're kind of like sad and grumpy. When your sister's in your space, you're kind of like overly critical of other people. But when your dad's in your space, that's when you're like, you know, I hate this, I hate that. It's just like, you know, if looks could kill, you know, you just want to hurt people. It just somehow, it just triggers your repressed anger, I would say. Which maybe that's because he has a ton of repressed anger. That's kind of interesting. He does have a lot of repressed anger. That's something you have in common with him. So So that's interesting, because sometimes if you really don't like somebody, you have something in common with them that you don't like about yourself, and they have it too. And so it kind of reminds you of them. And when they're in your space, it's more turned on and yada, yada. So I would say, yeah, that's something that you could work, is your awareness of your dad's repressed anger and your awareness of your own repressed anger, and kind of, you know, how when your dad's not in your space, it looks like you can handle your repressed anger, and it's not really, it's not that big of a deal for you. But when he's in your space, it's like your repressed anger just is like really triggered. How do you get him out of your space? I mean, I think you know how to get him out of your space. It's just that sometimes you want to strangle him instead. And so that whole strangling keeps him in your space. What could you think of that would make you just more efficient and just get him out? Sometimes when you think of like different foods, that makes you more like sort of, you know, if you think of foods that you like to eat, that gets you more present. So then you can just get them out. You're not really angry at that moment. Maybe that could be an interesting thing to try. Thinking about, you know, what do you want to eat? What have you eaten? Do you want to cook something? Then it seems like you can get them out. I'm wondering about stretching. Do you ever do any stretching? Or is that something you feel like really resistant to? Because it seems like if you were to do stretching, you'd be able to get them out really easily. But it could be that, you know, if he's in your space, you feel too angry, so then you don't want to stretch because you're angry, you know? But maybe knowing that it would put you in that sort of non-resistant space that you could just get them right out. Maybe that'll help motivate you to stretch. Okay, hope that helps. The neighbor thing, though, it's like, she still represents so much to you, you know? It's like, you have separated from your dad's fight with her. Like, he had past lives with her, he has bad, you know, karma with her. So you've separated from that. That's not really why you dislike her anymore and why her behaviors really trigger you. It's more like you have this sense of like, it's not fair. It like triggers your, you know, fourth chakra baggage around like things aren't fair, and, you know, why does everything happen to you? And, you know, like, it's just like this sort of feeling of resentment, like overall resentment, that gets triggered when you're aware of her. I don't know if you'll do it, but your angels show me this image of you making energy healing flowers for yourself and also making energy healing flowers for her, and just give them to your angels, and they'll deliver them if they help or not. You know, what if they do help, they'll deliver them. So, and just sort of, if you have this process of like, okay, I'm nurturing myself and I'm offering a gift for her, I'm nurturing myself and I'm offering a gift for her, just to do that regularly, so that, because otherwise every time you think of her, it's like all this negativity. And so they're like, try to have positive associations with her. Like every time you're aware of her behavior, you know, turn it into something positive. Like, think of things you're grateful for, think of your favorite color, think of, you know, wrapping yourself up in your own healing energy, you know, nurture, nurture, nurture. Don't, you know, like, try to break the pattern of, I'm aware of her and what she's doing, and now I'm in this pool of resentment. You know, like, get out of the pool. You you know, nurture yourself, nurture her through your angels, you know, nurture yourself, nurture her, you know, or do something positive when you're aware of her. Hope that makes sense. But you have been making progress with it. It's just that there's a lot that you could do still if you want, and that could help you with a lot of aspects of your life. It's not just really about her. Someone says, yes, I was well rested, but I still fell asleep for the healing. Funny, angels waking me up to your talking about people who whack me. I understand your answer about my good karma windows. Thank you. You're welcome. Someone says, thanks so much, Janet. Feeling pretty chill post-healing. Anything I can work on? I've been having trouble sleeping, and my symptoms for my illness have been full force. I think the GVCV stuff that we did, it's a section that we did near the end of the healing. That would be the top pick from the angels for this healing for sure. Like, because it's you know, those are body meridians and they help many other body meridians. So yeah, and not only that, it was like a unique take on it. I mean, unique. It's new for us to focus on the meridian, the WEI CHI AURA that nourishes a given meridian. I mean, we have done it a little here and there, but not much. And you could definitely do it more. Like your GV meridian, WEI CHI AURA, like there are blocks that make it hard for the GV meridian to fully send enough gold light to the GV meridian when it arches up the back and over the head. It's like there's all these blocks in that GV meridian WEI CHI AURA, so that it's like a lot of the gold light doesn't get to the meridian itself. So it's hard for you to have that yang self-assertiveness. So yeah, you could just repeat that section, just do more so that the gold light that is being generated can make it to the meridian and nourish it and support it and protect it. Hope that helps. Having trouble sleeping. Yeah, I would say with the sleeping, just like I said to somebody else, try to do it simple. Like look at a river that just represents all your meridians and all your chakras and everything that's supposed to be flowing, you know, all your energy systems, and just see the river and see if anybody's hooked into your river. Like, does anyone's river connect to your river, and just melt away those connections, even your kids. Like, I mean, you have pretty young kids, so maybe there should be like very light connections with your young kids, but sometimes there's like a way too strong connection. So you can just like, if there's connections with your little kids, just run gold light through them and say, angels, can you adjust these so they're healthy for both of us, you know, for all of us. And then sometimes your husband's river flows into your river. That's definitely inappropriate. Like, you don't need anybody's river flowing into any adult's river flowing into your river. So just melt all that. And then look for any, you know, if there's any invasive beings kind of messing with the water, making like little tidal waves or little, you know, tornadoes or little, you know, issues with the water flow. Just have all them recycled and just check it again. So this is for when you're trying to get to sleep, you know, just have it be a nice flowy river with no invasive beings. And, you know, and it seems like you have some family members that are aware of your health issues, and they can kind of stand in your river sometimes. So just melt them out of your river. You can thank them, say thanks for your kindness and support, but, you know, I need to get some sleep. Just wash them out of your river. Someone says, thank you, Janet. Any message from my angels? Yeah, you could do like a little bit of home healing, like tricolor earth energy soak, and like up by the like the roof and the ceiling, and like 4 feet down from the ceiling. It's just like there's like it's like as if there's smoke in the room. It looks like it's one of your wife's, it's like your wife's mom, her energy is like a smoke in the house. So you can wash her out of the house and out of the property because she doesn't live there. So, as far as I know. Besides, even if she did live there, having her energy like all over the home like that wouldn't really help anybody. So there's that. This is thanks, Janet. I'm a tiny bit irritated at work. Am I in 7 through 1? How did my spouse do? You mentioned his initials. Yeah, your chakras are fine. One of your physical body aura, in front of the like left hip, your left hip, there's like some energy blocks, like right here that are being corded. And so it's just like these blocks are like too triggered right there. And it's impacting your second chakra and your first chakra. So I would just unblock more in the front, like front biker shorts area type stuff, and just melt the blocks that people are cording. It's just people stuff, boundaries with people stuff. Yeah, just unblock more. Melt cords and unblock. Are you in 7 through 1? No, you're in 7 through 2 because of the stuff that we're talking about. You were in 7 through 1, like in the first part of the healing, but I guess stuff is going on at work and your grounding got a little blocked, and so you could unblock your grounding more in the back and on the left side. Unblock your grounding and unblock in front of your left hip and the whole biker shorts area. Just get back in more into your left leg. Your spouse did well. Yeah, the favorite thing that his angels liked for him was the 7th to 8th repair stuff. That was especially nice for him. Also, clearing self-validation baggage, they liked that for him too. And he's going to work more on that with his angels. So says, thanks for the sleep feedback. Super helpful. Still going to the sleep therapist, so I'll keep working on it. Okie doke. So it says, thank you for a detailed explanation. Since I'm less resistant to working my meridians, this is something I can definitely do. Oh, okay, good. Cool. Someone says, thank you. I do make energy healing flowers for self and neighbor too. Very cool. Well, think of good things too. That really helps. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because when you think about it, you know, it's not like she's actually not trying to harm you in any way. You know, it's just what she's doing it for her own personal reasons. And, you know, you just happen to be aware of it and it's triggering. And plus your dad had this big drama with her and your dad's often in your space. So it really colored how you perceived her actions and, you know, and so it became a whole big thing. But, you know, in the scheme of things, she wasn't trying to harm you. It's just that there's become this sort of conflict between you guys now. But you know, you could ask your angels to help you to kind of end your part of that conflict, you know, so it's just really done within your space. You're not against her, you're not fighting her, you know, it just is what it is. Okay. Someone says, thank you, Janet. You're welcome. All right. Your angels are joking that you should have a smoke alarm for like when your mother's in the house, your mother-in-law's energy's in the house. Have like a smoke detector, a mother-in-law detector that triggers your intuition for when your mother-in-law's in the house. Her energy. Someone says, thank you, Jenna, for the quick teaching on each individual meridian and respective WEI CHI AURA. I did that now and I felt great release. It will be on my list. Oh, cool. I'm glad it helped. All righty. Well, you guys are awesome. Let's see. So I guess I'll just do my big website at the end here. which somehow is very amusing to me. Make it giant. Ta-da! Let's see what else is amusing to me. Nah, that's not fun at all. Keep it this way. There we go. That's what it was missing. More confetti. Oh, you know, we could even do the old style. We decided to go a little more tranquil today with the backdrop, but for the end moments, we can do our little our little sparkle fest. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this healing today and the set of 3 healings that we just did. And as I said, there will be 2 healings later this month with the same fabulous theme of productivity and good sleep on Thursday, the 20th of February and Sunday, the 23rd of February. And you heard that right. The first healing is on Thursday this time. And the schedule of the healings for February and March is on my website, which is, of course, jwhealing.com. And then the February set as well, the February twin set that I just talked about, and the March sets are still for sale on my website, jwhealing.com. So, all right, you guys are amazing. I'll show my dog, but he's asleep. I'm not going to wake him up, so it won't be as exciting as it could be, I guess. But we should let him get his rest. I guess, you know, one thing as far as the Izzy update, he is on 3 times a day, his medication for anti-seizure medication. We had to increase it. Between like the last set and this set of healings, I think it was then, he had a series of seizures, and he's been having them like once a month. He'll have like 2 or 3 seizures in a row on one day, and it'll just be like this hellish day where my dog keeps having seizures in the middle of the night or during the day. But this time he had 4 seizures, which is within a day or a day and a half, and so we upped his medication. So now he gets it every 8 hours, his medication. And so far that's been helping, and he hasn't had a seizure since we upped it, but we'll see. Because usually every month it's like we'll have his cluster of seizures. So we'll see. It'd be nice if he didn't have any more, but yeah, you can't really predict that. So anyway, but in the meantime, in between those times, he's fine and he's adorable as usual. So he's wearing a cone because otherwise he itches himself a little too much. So, and I don't think it's food related. We did have a dog whose itching was partially food related, but with him, I don't think it is. I think it's like a localized skin thing at this point, but sort of a work in progress. But anyway, so here he is. He's right there, although you can't really see him very clearly because he's asleep. But this black thing right there, that's his cone that he has on his head. But anyway, there he is. And probably between now and the next healing set, maybe between now and the next healing set, he'll meet his sister face to face, his cat sister, our new cat, because she's still quarantined right now, but at some point, you know, we won't have to quarantine her anymore. Let me see if I'll show you those photos again, just for kicks. There we go. So there she is, like super shocked right after I tricked her to come inside. And then there she was outside before we brought her in. She was in a little heated house in the cold winter because nobody gave her a home. And then years after we tricked her and she came inside and she's in our laundry room. That's where she's quarantined right now. There she is again. So anyway, so that's BooBoo. So he'll be able to meet her soon, I hope. That'll be nice for all of us because, you know, she's in that room and, you know, she has everything she needs. It's kind of, I guess, nice, but I know she's curious. She wants to be in the house and see what's all here. So that'll be cool. All right. So you guys are amazing. I hope you have a good rest. Well, I'll be back on the 20th, so it's only going to be just over a week between now and then. So I'll see you soon. But anyway, I guess, you know, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. I don't. But if you do, happy Valentine's Day, I guess. All right, bye. You're amazing. Bye.